Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Welcome back to another episode of the Chad Smith Podcast. My name is Chad Smith, and today is Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. And I'm joined, as always, by my loyal co-host from Fresno, California. How's it going, Sonny Conway?
What's going on, man? I'm freezing. That's how it's going.
Is it still freezing in there?
It's actually frozen outside. The back of the truck, top of the cars, everything's all frozen today.
Man, before we went live, I saw quite a fire in there.
Heated it up quick.
Another alcohol fire, huh?
Another alcohol fire.
There'll
be another one before the show's over, right? It's already getting cold in here again.
Oh, I'm sure. Let's see. I had a fun fact I was going to give you before we brought Boomer on. Did you know that most elephants weigh less than the tongue of a blue whale?
I did not know that.
The tongue of a blue whale weighs more than most elephants.
That's a big ass tongue.
Yeah. All right, guys. I got Boomer up out of bed pretty early, so I don't want to keep him waiting. He's backstage. Boomer is a U.S. Army veteran, a self-taught artist, and a psychic medium. You can follow Boomer on his Twitter at BDArtsFineArt, all one word, BDArtsFineArt, and on YouTube at youtube.com/BoomerD. Please welcome for the first time to the Chad Smith Podcast, Boomer. How's it going, man?
Good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Good to have you. Sorry I got you out of bed so early.
Hey, not a problem.
It happens, huh?
Yeah,
Comes with the territory.
works for me. I mean,
Yeah. So let's
got
see.
nothing better to do on a Tuesday morning.
Yeah, that's true. I for some reason, and I heard somebody else say this last week, but Monday felt like a Thursday for some weird reason. I don't know why. I just totally forgot that we had a weekend. It's like it flew by so fast. My cousin Jake Smith's in the chat. Diesel Girl says hi, Boomer. What else we got in here?
Morning,
Grandmaster.
Let me try to get to the.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were familiar with StreamYard.
But oh yeah. Most everybody I get on streams with on YouTube usually is doing it through StreamYards.
Oh, okay, cool.
So.
Connor, what's up, man? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Connor. Melissa and Jake. Grandmaster. Hey, he's up early.
Yeah, Grandmaster's up early. That's early for him. How you been,
Trying to find
man?
the live stream on YouTube.
What was that, Boomer?
I'm trying to find the live stream on YouTube here, and it's not coming up.
Oh. Here, I'll put it in the private chat.
All right, that'll work.
How do I get to? Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Melissa Nicole, how's it going? Good to see you. So, man, Boomer, you were in the Army, U.S. Army. When was? Oh, is that the YouTube feed?
Oh, yeah. Can't hold that open, Boomer.
You got us.
Oh, good.
Hitting the wrong buttons. I'm gonna refresh that. Yeah, it's too early in the morning for Boomer, guys.
Hey, that's all right. Don't worry about it. We start off with a big intro, but then we calm right down.
Yep. After we wake up, we get going in about an hour.
It takes an hour or two to get going. Lynn says, nice to meet you, Boomer. Melissa says she still hasn't gotten a notification for the show. Are you getting other?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're getting other notifications for other YouTube channels.
Hmm.
And
I think we
Palmer,
got
how's it
things
going?
squared away now. Sorry.
Oh, you got the chat up on YouTube?
Yeah. I think I got
Okay,
it
cool.
squared away.
Oh, I see what he was doing.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah,
he
he's
can't see
bringing
the
chat
chat.
up.
there we go. We're good.
Well, you can see the chat in StreamYard, but you can't comment in StreamYard for some reason.
Right.
I
Oh
don't know
yeah. I forget how to. I forget that you can do that because I'm a Zoom guy. You know, and I use Zoom all the time.
Yeah, when
I'm
I
not
was
on
watching,
StreamYard.
when I was doing my research for the Boomer D show last night, I went on your channel and I was listening to one of your streams. It was like a 4-hour stream, and just to get a feel for how the show goes, and yeah, I noticed that you guys were using Zoom. And I don't think I've used Zoom before. I just started using StreamYard for some reason.
Yeah.
It's what everyone was using. Then you get addicted to it. You get used to where everything's at, and then they're like, "Oh, well, now it's going to cost you by the month if you want the stuff you really want."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they work you.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, man.
Brown Dot Flop, good to see you this morning.
Yeah. Morning, Melissa. Morning, everybody in the chat.
And Palmer says she's fine and dandy. Good deal.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
I
Cassie.
also have a D-Live channel as well. That I stream twice a week on that and once a week on the YouTube channel. So,
Oh, okay. Well, I should have your D-Live link then. For sure.
It's Boomer_D on D-Live. Same as all my others for the most part.
Boomer_D.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where I do most of my paranormal streaming and stuff. As a matter of fact, I just recently started coming back to the YouTube thing. About 3 weeks ago, I decided I'm gonna start doing a one night a week stream on YouTube. So that's Wednesday nights.
What are you streaming about on Wednesdays?
Anything kind of goes, just a hangout kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, they have a panel and just sit and talk about, you know, whatever, you know.
So some of those turn into the best shows, Boomer. Those
Yeah,
hangouts.
yeah. I mean, I did a test the waters with it after being off from YouTube for over 2 years. So, because I was over doing the D-Live thing. And it turned out great. I mean, first time back in 2 years on YouTube, and I was like, yeah. I mean, who needs a plan these days? You know, just get up there, go, and see what happens. You know?
Yeah, I heard that story behind going off of YouTube for a couple of years. That's what I was listening to last night on your channel. Is how they kept screwing you over so many times on here.
Oh yeah.
That's why, you know, I've been hearing from a few people that it's a good idea to stream on a few different platforms at the same time so that you build up a following on both. And if something happens to YouTube, catch us on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, that's one reason why I figured I'd head on over to the D-Live, and you know, and I got used to being there. So, you know, when things kind of hit the fan with YouTube, hey, I had another place to go. You know, always keep that summer home somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's what I keep hearing.
Yeah.
Have a
Hey,
couple.
Chad, I gotta be muted for a minute. I'll be right back. All right.
Okay, no problem.
I gotta go fight again.
Oh no, is he back? He lives in like an almond farm, basically. his property has nothing to do with the almond farm, but all around him he's got almond trees. And
That's
the
awesome.
last show, actually last Thursday, there was a tractor driving around out there, and he wasn't even doing anything productive. The guy was driving around on his phone, and he stopped right in front of Sonny's house, and the blower was, he had some blower on there, and it was just going 100 mile an hour, and guy he goes out there, and the guy's just on his phone, and Sonny had to scream at him. But yeah, man.
That's like
So
these guys here, the maintenance crews around here in the summer, when they're out on the big mowers and stuff, and decide want to take a break, and they're like right under the window. I was like, what the hell? 7 in the morning?
right. Oh yeah, that's way too damn early.
But that may have been an exaggeration. It feels like 7 in the morning to me all the time. Like I could get up at noon and it's like 7.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, he was saying something about he's down there in Fresno area.
Yeah.
Playing out the cold. I just happened to notice. I looked at the little temperature thing. It's 19 degrees here. So it's just weird. I'm sitting here, 19-degree weather, and I'm looking at Sonny, and he's like all bundled up. It was like, wait, are you?
I know, dude.
I mean,
Yeah, dude. I got on here one day, and he had pretty much what you're wearing there, and then he had a jacket, like a normal winter jacket on, and then another big, puffy, huge, it was a huge jacket on top of that.
There he is.
Fuckers making fun of me.
Yeah.
I was just saying the way you're bundled up there, you got the beanie cap, the sweatshirt, and
that's what he looked like.
Carhartt. Oh my goodness. It was like, are you sure you live in California?
I'm telling you, he looked like that one morning.
10 feet of snow outside. That's an exaggeration. 10 inches, really.
Yeah. We're supposed to be getting like 14 inches.
Yeah, we like to exaggerate about our snowfall accumulations,
Absolutely.
What?
All the measurements.
It's 35. It's only 35 here, but I'm outside. I'm out in the garage. I'm out in my shop. It's
35.
Out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 35.
It's 19 here, by the way.
Yeah, the other day we were talking.
Last night.
It was like 4 degrees out or 5 degrees out one time when we were doing the podcast. I was like, phew.
Wow.
I couldn't believe I didn't have ice coming in through this leaky window I got over here.
But now you're on the East Coast, right?
I'm in southern Michigan.
Oh, okay. So Sonny's the oddball. Okay. I thought both were like over on the West Coast somewhere.
No, where are you at?
Okay. I'm in upstate New York.
Oh, okay, cool.
Myra.
Nice.
A little hole in the wall.
Okay. Those are the cool towns. Those are the ones that are gonna last a long time.
Oh yeah.
Big cities.
I mean, we have quite a history here as well. Which is something I didn't realize till about 5-6 years ago. We actually used to have a Civil War prison on the south end of town there by the river, along Chemung River. There used to be an actual prison there during the Civil War.
Damn.
Which is the main reason for the cemetery that's across the street from here. We have a national cemetery across the street, which was
it's a national cemetery?
Yeah, it's a military cemetery. Which is, was they ain't using terms that people are gonna make fun of me at, but erected, okay, back during the Civil War because of the prison. The first ones, to be buried there were Confederate soldiers, and then it just, ever since, that's just kind of been there for.
So, do you guys have investigations over there?
I've caught a couple of back when I first started YouTube and I was just kind of watching like different kind of paranormal uh videos and things like that on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Before I got into live stream and stuff, I used to just search around, basically for paranormal stuff or whatever. And I did come across a few videos. There was this one particular group who did investigate um over in the uh oh, what's the area called again? Something Pond. The name escapes me right now, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a little area where the prisoners, when the six prisoners got sick or whatever, they would put them there to isolate them from everybody else, quarantine them, I guess.
Okay.
And it's called Something Pond, but it's like a little peninsula that almost an island because there's the runoffs cut it off from the rest of the place or whatever
Right.
along the river, and they've actually claimed capturing images of full body apparitions over there. Um, Locals have reported hearing taps being played at night,
Hmm.
and things like that. Now, I had before I realized what the place was. Me, my son, and two of his friends were over there doing some paintballing a few years ago. This is when about 5, 6 years ago. This is when I discovered what it was. And my son says he swore he was shooting at his friend. Right? He goes, "I lit you up. I shot you in the foot. Blah, blah, blah. You can." And we discovered none of us were even in the area. So, like, what was he shooting at? And we finally realized he must have seen an apparition of a Confederate soldier because he said he swore he saw somebody's boot um, sticking out from behind a tree, and he shot at it. And then when he ran up it was he thought it was his friend, and he actually had a long argument about it.
Wow.
He's like, "No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there." And I sat down, and after we figured out what the place was, I sat down, did the map thing, and I pinned where everybody was and everything, and where he said, "Yeah, none of us." So
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
well, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't until the following year that I discovered what exactly happened there when I realized.
How old do you remember how old your son was when he saw that?
He was an adult.
Oh, okay.
5, 6, in his 20s,
Okay.
25, 26.
I was wondering because Carol said good morning. I just was wondering because they say that kids can see stuff until they're about 6 or 7 years old.
Oh, yeah. Well, my family, we didn't realize it. I didn't realize this till later on. There's several members of my family are gifted.
Yeah.
Gifted.
Right.
But they never talked about it. Especially on my mom's side.
Okay.
In particular. And I never realized this till a couple years ago when I was discussing my deal with my mom that her and her sisters, God rest their souls, all had one particular gift or another. And we didn't realize that until recently. But my son, he has particular gifts as well. He can see spirits. He's seen my grandfather, my uncle, my grandmother, and a couple of my aunts when he was a kid. That would come to check on him.
Yeah.
Me, I don't necessarily see the spirits. I just can hear them, and communicate with them. Feel their energy and things like that around me.
Right.
Being
cool.
The empathic part, being an empath, where you can, it's pretty much like reading somebody's spirit energy. emotions and things. You can pretty much tell like what kind of mood somebody's in. You can detect deception in somebody, because if you're kind of picking up on a signal that they're not really vocalizing, like if what they say contradicts what you feel from them, that's what you kind of pick up on that deception. You don't know what they're lying about or what, but they're trying to deceive you in some way, because they're saying one thing and feeling another. Like that, somebody will come, oh, I love you. No, you don't. I feel the hate just rolling off your soul there. Okay,
Right.
Kind of like that thing. Well, yeah, I mean, it helps on one-on-one poker hands. If you're playing poker one-on-one with somebody, something handy too. Catch them on their bluff. But
Yep.
yeah,
I would imagine that would be a good skill to have.
Yeah. I mean, it can get it can get deceiving sometimes. Via especially if there's another empath nearby. Like, and you start picking up, that wall of mirrors type thing, that infinity thing with the mirror, fun
Yeah,
house
like
thing.
a circus.
Kinda
Yeah,
like
fun
that.
house.
Like our emotions are like just bouncing off each other, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Okay.
And if they're in a bad mood, I'm in a good mood. Emotions that contradict each other, that would drive an empath,
Okay.
nutty a little bit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's the first time I heard that. I didn't realize, like, if two empaths were together, that their energies like that would kind of contradict each other.
Well, I mean, not just with empath. It's just it gets weird being around other empaths because of that weirdness. They're picking up off you. You're picking up off them. So you're picking up you off them off you. It's one of those things. I mean, even if just anybody in general, if I walk into a room, there's more than 5 people in there, and they're all feeling different emotions. Like we're only like capable of feeling one emotion at once. It's like we're either happy or we're sad. You can't be happy and sad at the same time. All right. Now you can be depressive in your mind. That's another story. But your emotions that come from your spirit energy, you can only feel one at a time. So when you walk into the room and old boy's hating on somebody, this girl's loving on somebody, and that guy's, confused as hell or whatever, 10 emotions coming at you all at once. It gets unbearable sometimes. And I can't hang out at my family's for more than 5 minutes. Crazy. I mean, holidays are hell.
I bet. I wasn't thinking about holidays. I was thinking of like the concert, or if you go to like a fair or something, a town fair.
Yep.
Probably gets pretty crazy.
Just going to Walmart is crazy, I gotta get in there, get my shit, get out, because I'm like, it's almost like you're vibrating from the inside out, kind of like a EMF pump, and it's just like your whole body is like, it's a low, unnoticeable thing,
right? It's like
anyone around you, but it's that, almost like a low electricity kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's hard to understand. And then, especially at a place like Walmart, you're going into Walmart and you're like, oh my God, like,
I bet.
This lady just killed her husband, by the way. No.
Oh Lord. Yeah, that would be crazy. I might have a little bit of that because I definitely don't like being in the grocery store for very long around a bunch of people. But
I like what Carol says. Yeah, I know, Carol, and that's how like it. That's how I understand women on that level when it's like that. Oh man, a pregnant woman drives an empath crazy. But a woman who's pregnant, or if they're having their thing or whatever, and they're on that emotional roller coaster thing, whereas like it just they'll be crying one second and happy the next and stuff like. I mean,
right.
I can relate to that, Carol. Because I can feel it. I know what y'all are going through, and you know, the only one that has to apologize for that one is me upstairs. So,
That's right. Yeah. Yep. There's
that,
just stuff we don't have control over.
right. And that's why I pretty much, I'm pretty much a hermit here. I'm a recluse, pretty much, because I can't venture out too far for too long. Because if I don't have my place to go to away from all of that, it'll drive me nuts.
Let me ask you, man. Was that the case before the pandemic started? Were you the same way?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I've always said that this pandemic thing really hadn't affected me like it has other people because I'm used to being isolated already.
Right. I can relate to that for sure.
I've lived in this apartment for about 12 years now, and it's always been, for the most part, just me.
Yeah.
I've had some relatives come stay for a while, things like that, for their benefit. But for the most part, I'm used to being on my own anyway. I don't go out much. I can't. I'm not able to drive or anything like that, so I'm not. That's nothing I'm missing now.
Yeah.
It's like I haven't driven a car in about 15, 20. Well, I haven't had a license in over 20 years, and I haven't driven a car in probably about 5 or 10. So that's not something I miss.
Hey, you're not missing gas prices, that's for sure.
I mean, in that case. So.
Right. Yeah, that's one cool thing is you don't have to worry about these crazy gas prices we gotta pay.
Yeah.
Gas is going up. I won't say nothing because.
Is smoking okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Yep.
The first one in the morning, and I've been sitting here like waiting to,
No, go ahead.
I've been smoking the whole time.
There you go. I wish I was smoking what you were smoking though.
Oh yeah, Malou said smoke away.
It takes a lot of practice to smoke this stuff in the morning.
Without falling back over.
Yep. That wake and bake stuff takes a lot of practice.
Yeah, you gotta have a strong sativa for that.
I remember the first time a guy ever asked me if I wanted to smoke weed. It was like, or in the morning, and it was like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. And I told him, dude, you're out of your mind. I'm not smoking weed this early. And he told me, but that's the best time. And I was like, no, what do you mean? So yeah, I tried it. And I was like, holy shit, he wasn't lying.
He was telling the truth.
Yeah, I started smoking weed before I started smoking cigarettes. And I started smoking cigarettes at 10. So.
Oh, damn. So that's saying something.
I had some relatives that grew up on a reservation in Omaha. Okay, everybody got it. Everybody
sweet.
Got to stop early. Back in those days. So, I did the spirit walk when I was about 12 or 13 with the peyote. Actually, it was a peyote laced joint.
Yeah.
That stuff tastes nasty. I can't do it as a tea. So.
Right. Yeah, where you
go on your walk, like okay.
Yeah. Did you make it back all right?
Yeah. My air spirit animal is a raven, by the way. I found that out when I saw this giant raven the size of friggin' sedan in my walk. Yeah. I became.
You said a raven?
Yeah, the raven is my spirit animal for air. I think the dolphin is for water. I'm not quite sure on that one. That was just a weird dream. I don't know if that's my spirit animal for water or if I was once in a past life a dolphin. I don't know. That's how abstract the dream was. Really didn't make a lot of sense to me. But I remember, swimming with the dolphins. Whether I was a dolphin myself, I don't know, because I didn't see it in third person.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my dreams, I will see them in third person. This was a first person view dream, which I don't have those very often.
Right. Yeah, I rarely have dreams.
Man,
Yeah.
last night,
We all have them. Some people can't remember them.
Chad, I told you when I'm working on something and I can't figure it out, I'll go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, last night I totally know how to do what I got to do this morning. But last night, since I got both trucks apart, I was working on both trucks in my dream because they're right next to each other, parked outside. So I was going from the rear end on one to the front end on the other one.
Well,
Got so overwhelmed. That's when I messaged you. Remember, I told you I was going to bed. I went to
Yeah,
bed,
then
and
you were still
hours
awake.
later, I was so overwhelmed in the dream that I woke up and couldn't go back to sleep for like an hour.
Damn.
I woke up thinking, man, I got to go outside and just start now.
Oh my
I opened the
god.
door to come out in the shop, and everything was cold, freezing cold. And I was like, nope, I'm going to bed.
Gotta start my alcohol fire first. Yeah, Boomer. He to heat the garage up. He just pours, what is it? ISO alcohol on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, about out.
Yeah, that's the trick of the day. That's what I learned. That's my that's like the most technical thing I learned on here so far.
Dad said, I can't wait till I get a shop so I can start a fire in the floor.
Yeah, if I didn't have carpeting, it'd be a hell of a way to warm the apartment up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm stuck here with hardwood. So, yeah.
Well, that would really get a floor fire going.
Yeah.
Sure would. Get a
Burn
hell of a
longer.
fire going. What's up, Ben?
That's what he's talking about. Little tiny fire right in front of
Yeah, that's
right in
awesome.
front of the toolbox.
Yep, that heats it up. Dude, Ben's in the chat. We got Ben awake.
Ravens are cool. Yeah, they are, Ian. Absolutely. Their cousins are constantly hanging around my place all the time. The crow. Oh my god. Like murders of crow. One out back, one over on the side. They like hanging out at the cemeteries. Why I don't know. Well, I have theories like everybody else. The Native American belief is that when somebody dies, their spirit turns into the form of a crow. Or another version of it, crow is what takes their spirit off to the spirit world, things like that, and that's why they like hanging out over there at cemeteries. And I'm so close to them, they always kind of hang out in the field over here, and
Right.
it's a
Yeah, I've
constant
always wondered where that came from, how ravens got connected to death and cemeteries and stuff like that.
Right. Well, ravens is a different thing from crow. I mean, your average black crow, that's one bird, and then the raven, there's I think 3 different species of raven, or not species, but
Yeah, different types.
yeah, the rarest being the white raven, but the raven, it's a cousin to the crow, pretty much. They're usually larger. They have a different beak. Their tail fins. Yeah, we're talking about birds, not fish. Their tail feathers. On a crow, their tail feathers is like a fan shape,
Mm-hmm.
and ravens is almost a diamond shape at the end. So it comes to like it looks more like this, and then the crow is more of a almost rounded fan shape. So.
Mm-hmm. Man, I just heard a story. I just heard a story. I wonder if I can pull it up. I heard it on a radio station. They were talking about a bald eagle that came crashing through somebody's window at their house.
Oh, wow.
Was he carrying an American flag, a sign around his neck said America?
That'd be the hell of a way to do it, wouldn't it? Hell of an entrance.
Mm-hmm.
wonder if-
definitely something wrong in the cosmos if bald eagles are flying that low to fly in somebody's window.
Man, this town's having a hell of a week. It says last Friday, a truck full of lab monkeys got into an accident on the highway in Danville, spilling crates of long-tailed macaws onto the roadway after they'd been shipped to the U.S. from Mauritius.
No.
Then on Tuesday afternoon, a bald eagle slammed into and smashed the plate glass front window of a home in Whitetail Township.
Oh, wow.
Man,
That's crazy.
it's kind of interesting that the eagle just sat there discombobulated for a little while. Decent of him to remain at the scene until police showed up, and then he took off.
Oh, he survived. Holy
Yeah.
cow. Wow.
Oh, he's a bad son of a bitch, I
See,
guess.
that was just a statement saying, look, America can take all the beating in the world and we still get up and
Yep.
that was
That was an eagle saying, "Hey, I don't want this window here."
Like,
All
all right,
pilots
who told
drink.
you to build this house here?
Yeah. I don't want this house here. Here's your warning.
That-
Here's your
This
first warning.
Used to be an all-fly zone here. Now y'all just
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yep.
You guys ever seen the squirrels? They eat they'll eat fruit that falls off the tree and sits on the ground. It gets fermented. They eat the fruit, get drunk.
Yeah.
I always thought, what happens to an animal if it eats that squirrel while it's drunk? Do they get all jacked up too?
Yeah, maybe the same alcohol contents there.
Yeah. That
I
bird
guess
could
it
have been
just
drinking
depends on-
wine.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how that works.
Squirrel that ate the nut, the fox that ate the squirrel, the wolf that ate the fox.
Yep. Wolf is all kicked back.
Yeah.
I'm really stoned for some reason. I think I ate a big edible. That fox was an
Be
edible.
like,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Ann Palmer said they're carrying something. The monkeys. Yeah, they didn't really get into that in that story, and not in
it
that
was little
story. I was just
suitcases.
reading
It was
Yeah.
little suitcases, man.
little suitcases. That'd be hilarious,
They
dude.
live here now.
Yeah, they're in people's houses.
Little suitcases and passports. That's all they
No,
had
dude,
on
the
them.
government came out and they were like, "Hey, if you find one of these monkeys, which we want you to start hunting for them because they're dangerous, if you find them, kill them."
Oh, that's messed up. They just
I
don't
think
want
that was
them
the
to-
story.
They
They
just
don't
don't
want the
want them
secret
to
out.
live here. Yeah, they don't want them to spread out.
You want their secret out.
That's pretty hard to kill a monkey.
Well, now I'm starting to doubt
It's like
myself
shooting a
because that
little
doesn't
person,
sound right.
dude. I don't know if I could do that, and I'm a hunter. I don't want to shoot a monkey.
Yeah,
I
Three
mean, if
monkeys
he came
escaped,
running at
were
me coming at
captured.
me now, yeah, I'd stick to that. But
I
Yeah,
seen
they-
one of the shows, one of the gold hunting type shows that I watch. They went somewhere off into not rainforest, but something like that, where there's
Yeah.
monkeys. And
Amazon,
once they got in there, they were in there for like 2 days. One of the guides shot a monkey out of a tree so they could eat it, and I was just like, "Oh man,
oh yeah,
it looked like a little person, dude." And I was like, "I don't know if I could eat that." That looks just like a little person.
in the
I don't know.
Amazon, monkey is like dog to the Chinese.
Yep.
Mm.
If it's got meat,
Oh, no.
they'll eat it. You know, I
Pretty
mean,
damn
think
smart.
about it. You got cannibals living in the Amazon and African forest, jungles and things like that. You know, down in Africa and stuff. So you know, not that weird for me to hear that somebody's eating monkeys.
Yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
Indiana
Freaks me out.
Jones.
The little hands
Okay.
freak me out. man.
Watch Indiana Jones.
I've
Yeah,
seen
this
every
says-
Indiana Jones movie, and at least one scene, somebody's eating monkey brains or eating something out of a monkey's skull.
Oh man, so crazy.
You know,
I've
it's like,
seen
oh,
that too.
that's interesting.
I've seen people eat monkey brains too.
That's a
Oh,
bizarre concept, man. I know what you mean though, because it's like that looks like us. It's It's got fingers and toes, man. That's weird. Yeah,
got
this says
thumbs. You can't eat
Huh?
nothing with multiple thumbs. That's just wrong. Come on.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, at least they don't have those.
Another primate. In a way, it does seem kind of cannibalistic. You know, primate eating primate.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, it's weird. I'm telling you.
If you're a hunter, like I used to be an avid hunter as well, you're used to like maybe coming across a wolf or fox or something like chowing down on another, roadkill or something like that, and it's normal. But to think that a human is eating on a primate, that's just like taboo. It's like
Right.
other animals can eat their own kind, and it's normal. Snakes eat snakes all the time. There's frogs that eat other frogs.
Bears eat their own cubs, which is the strangest thing ever.
Once you start mowing down on your buddy's thigh, it's like, oh my god, really? What?
How the hell desperate are you, man?
Sorry, Chad. I thought you were a monkey.
No, dude, there's a Dollar General right down the road, man. They got Chef Boyardee on sale.
Yeah, sorry, Charlie. Tastes like tuna. No,
Sorry, man. McDonald's is out of food. The animals were part of a shipment of 100 macaque monkeys from Mauritius to an unnamed CDC-approved facility used to quarantine foreign animals, the agency said in a statement. They were the 97 others were contained at the crash site. The collision Friday on Route 54 near Interstate 80 happened when the pickup towing the monkeys and a trailer cut in front of a big rig.
Wow,
The driver of the big rig was uninjured.
Man, what was the name of that movie with the monkey that got loose and caused everyone to get sick? Was it Pandemic or something like that?
Yeah, Pandemic, I think it was, or Demic, or something like that, something along that line.
It's just like that movie.
That's what they were saying. When that news article doesn't sound very bad, but the first one I heard, they were like, listen, these things are used for experimental purposes, and whatever they got can't get out. So if you see one of these, you have to kill it, and then we'll be by to get it. And they got 3. They had to kill 3 of them, but at least they had the other 97. But it's like, what do they have, and what have you been doing with them, and how often does this stuff happen when we just don't hear about it? You guys are just transporting 100 monkeys across the country.
Prime example of the human race trying to play God.
Mm-hmm.
Outbreak. That is the name of it, guys.
Outbreak.
It's
There you go. Yes, I knew it was something like that. Yep. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, those were the monkeys. S4. Well, they were sick. I don't know if they were sick or what they were carrying. Whatever maybe they were using them for to make some vaccines or something. I don't know. I don't want to say too many words on here. Those are gonna be taken off here.
We know what they were doing with the monkeys.
Yeah,
we know what
man.
those monkeys got, but we're just not saying it on here.
That's what they've got.
Yep.
They probably got the worst of it to try to figure out how to, look into the future and figure out what we're going to need for the next ones.
One of those monkeys got out and crawled up in the cab of that truck, and that's what made that driver wreck. He was like,
yeah, the driver's like, no!
Attack of the
Or
Curious
Outbreak.
Georges.
Yeah, maybe was it called Outbreak?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I put.
There's several of them that are along the.
Didn't Lizzie?
Oh, okay. She put it up there first.
Yeah, it puts a whole new I can't read a Curious George book now. After that.
Browned out flop. There's I really don't think they'd kill us all because there's not very many of us, and they need all of us to make all their products that they like. A lot of us drive semi trucks, and if the semi trucks aren't rolling, the products aren't getting delivered, and they can't wipe their ass with leaves off a tree for too long. Unless I'm wrong and they have stockpiles. Huh?
Their feet don't reach the pedals, so they need us.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about when I was watching these Canadian truckers and stuff going through that convoy. I'm like, man, this is a huge. I mean, they have a lot. They hold a lot of power. I mean, those are what deliver everything to the stores. That's how we get our food. That's how we get all the products for our house, consumables. That's how everything gets delivered.
You know,
They can make laws and tell you to do stuff, but if all the truckers band together, man, that shuts a lot of stuff down.
yep, truckers do have all the power. I mean, I have so much respect for truck drivers. You know,
Me too. Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of douchebags out there. I mean, I've been run off the road a couple of times by a couple of them because they're too, gung ho to pull over and take a nap. But for the most part, overall, I mean, truckers are decent people. You know, when I hitchhiked from Indianapolis to New York the last time I came back home to stay, I mean, those are the guys that you can rely on to be, if you need a ride, if they're not hauling something that independents for the most part will pick somebody up. Yeah, they have their rules, no seat covers, but for the most part, if they're hauling for a company or something, but for the, they're good people. I was picked up just outside of Indianapolis by this trucker, and he took me all the way through Ohio to southern PA. You know, just
damn, that's cool.
So they're good people.
Yeah, they're pretty trustworthy, I would say, because I mean they have a job to do, and you're basically in their workspace.
Yep.
So if they say
Swift drivers, though, they're
yeah.
They have a better than thou attitude sometimes.
Well, I mean, if you just go on YouTube and search Swift drivers, there's videos. There's like thousands. There's probably hundreds of videos of Swift drivers making mistakes. I don't know what it is about Swift. Maybe they have really low testing policy or something.
Yeah, they're the ones that pick up the they get their drivers from the land of Nesbitt.
Yeah, I mean, judging by the videos I've seen on YouTube, I mean, just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, an independent, I could imagine. I mean, don't quote me on this, but I could just imagine. This is my opinion. You would not see an independent sitting down at lunch with a Swift driver. Is kind of my feeling on that. I was like, they're like oddballs of the truck driving world, apparently.
Right.
Hey, I mean, every driver, don't take this to heart. We're just,
Or if you work for Spirit Airlines, same concept. Anyway, I've heard the same thing for years and years.
That was TWA's nickname, Spirit Airlines, I think, if I remember right, back in the 80s. I think TWA bit the bullet back in 86, 87 or something like that.
Like, did Spirit take them or buy that company? Did Spirit take over that company?
No, it's a joke. You're supposed to be like, TWA has been responsible for so many crashes back in the mid to late 70s, apparently, that they just kind of they're using the word spirit in a literal term. Spirit,
right? Because I see what you mean. You're gonna turn into a damn spirit.
I understand. But TWA was a bad airline back in the day. Apparently, a lot of people nowadays they're like, "Who's TWA?" What?
Yeah, I wonder if that's the company that crashed over here at Metro Airport one year, or I think that was like 89 or 88 or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact date when TWA went under, but actually, I think they were bought out by another airline or something.
1987. Yeah, Northwest Airlines Flight 255 was a McDonnell Douglas MD-82. Who was the... it doesn't say who they were flying for. Oh, Northwest Airlines. Crashed shortly after takeoff from Detroit Metro Airport, August 16th, 87 at 8:46 p.m., resulting in the deaths of all 6 crew members and 148 of its 149 passengers. It killed all but one survivor, which was a 4-year-old girl.
Wow. But yeah, I mean, flying, I would still, like, I mean, given the statistics, flying is a much safer way.
Yeah.
Travel.
I've never been in an airplane.
Oh, really? Oh, I love flying.
It's crazy that I don't want... I mean, I need to just force myself to do it because I have this app on my phone that shows you all the air traffic control, like all the air traffic, and it's insane how many planes are in the air.
Yeah, yeah.
And they don't crash.
It's a big area up there.
Yeah, it's just...
It might be a real bad miscommunication for 2 planes to collide. You know, like the guy working the tower would have been stoned, drunk, and fallen asleep for that to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even heard of that happening.
Happened on the bomba.
It did happen?
Well, most of the crashes that occur, aircraft versus aircraft, wouldn't happen as often. I think maybe once in a millennia. But the biggest ones are like if they're flying through mountainous areas, or if it's usually mechanical malfunction that causes airplane crashes. But there was, I think it was back in the early 90s, they were doing a fly show, and that's the only case I've ever heard of 2 planes colliding. It was during a fly show,
during an air show,
like an air show. Yeah, two twin planes hit each other or something, if I remember right.
Like all those biplanes with the 2 wings.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh man, that would be a bad accident. Yeah, that's the only time I've ever heard of it is like when they're showing off at a show like that. But yeah, I can't even imagine how rare it would be for 2 jets to hit each other. No, Brown Dot, I've never flown. I know it's the safest form of travel. I look up all the stats. I know the stats. I know how safe planes are. That's why I need to just buy a ticket and force myself to do it. Fly out
and meet Sunny for a while.
Take a Xanax and head towards Sunny.
Better bring a bottle.
Better bring a bottle.
Then he would just live here. He'd be like, I ain't flying back.
That would be my luck, dude. I'd have to save up enough money to rent a car to come back.
If you have motion sickness, like most people that you usually get on open oceans, on ships and stuff, but not dopamine. What is that stuff?
Dramamine.
Dramamine.
Yeah, dopamine. Yeah, take some of that on your flight.
Take some dopamine while you're at it.
The Dramamine, the stuff that keeps you from getting
motion
sick,
sickness.
Due to motion sickness. You might want to take some of that on your first flight too, because I've seen a lot of people on the first flight.
Yeah, S4 says that's what I do. Pop a Xanax stick and wake up in Vegas.
All right.
Morning. What's up, Vegas? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to happen one of these days. Thought about flying to Chicago, and then that way if I freak out, which I'm sure I won't freak out, but if something happens, it's only like a hour and a half flight.
Yeah.
You're going to be like B.A. Baracus on the A-team. We're going to have to chloroform you.
Right?
Chad, does this rag smell like chloroform? He would sniff it. He does.
Dude, I would be
That's it.
totally fine with that. If it put me out and I just have to sleep and then wake up there, sign me up. Like I said, when I got my wisdom teeth out and they were like, all right, count down from 10. And I went 10. I was out, man. And
Wow.
I did.
I only got Novocaine when my wisdom teeth came out.
No, this was called Twilight. They called it. It was a IV thing that they injected, and yeah, all I heard was count down from 10, and I heard 10, and I was trying to get 9 out, and it wasn't happening. I was out.
Yeah, I got my first two pulled before I went into service, and my top two pulled after I got into service, and it was a West Point cadet dental assistant that pulled my top two, and holy shit, did they start a chain reaction. They chipped both teeth on each side next to each wisdom tooth, so that started a chain reaction of cavities and shit like that.
Oh man, I never thought about that. They
I
could do
did
damage
all
to the other
that
teeth.
But,
Yep.
yeah, they're not very pleasant when it comes to military medical professions.
Lynn, you probably shouldn't put that in the chat, but thank you. I'll send you some Ativan.
What the hell is Ativan?
Lorazepam.
Harassment.
I don't know. I just need some Xanax. I'm assuming. I
Yeah,
have
usually
past
after your
memories.
first flight, you get that realization, hey, I survived this. It's just like anything else. The first time you rode a bike,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that wasn't too bad. I only skinned my knee. Get back on, ride again. Oh, we didn't crash today. Great.
That's one of the only things in my life, though, that I haven't gotten used to is heights. Like, no matter how many times I get on a ladder and I force myself to go one more step up, I'm just like, nope, not this time. Back down.
See, heights
I don't
isn't
know.
a big deal for me per se. Like I could walk all day on rooftops and things like that, scaffolds and stuff. But ladders, yeah. When I was about 8 or 9, I fell off a ladder that my dad had up in a tree where he used to hang his deer to butcher them.
Mhm.
And he left the ladder up, and I went up to play with the hook or something. I don't know what I was doing. I was 8 or 9 years old. And I was just having fun going up on the ladder and messing with shit. Oh, I was
Yeah.
trying to put the rope back into the pulley. That's what I was trying to do. And because I wanted to swing on it. So I'm at the very top. This is a 16-foot ladder or something like that. It was pretty high. And I fell from the top rung and landed on my back, hit the back of my head. So
Mhm.
yeah, I have like it's not exactly a fear per se, but it's I can't stand on ladders. I'll use one if I can, I get to the top and I'm on a solid surface like a rooftop, I'm good to go. But I can't work from a ladder. I can't, like give me a scaffold, okay? Because I don't feel good about this. I mean, I could have them bolted to the damn wall,
Yeah.
Fire escape ladders. I like, I don't know what it is. Like, you always have that fear of falling, I guess.
Yeah, like Thin Lizzy said up here, where she, where'd she say that? She has past life memories of flying a warplane, and she hates heights. So yeah, I wonder if I have some past life memory of, falling off a roof or something. Or
I only
flying-
have 2 past life memories, and they're all my death scenes.
Really?
Yeah.
So the only thing you can remember is the times that you died in your past lives?
Yep.
Huh.
What
are
at
the-
different stages of my life is when the memory came back to me, and it came back to me in a kind of a reverse order, like the most recent to the furthest away. Apparently, I had a past life where I had some kind of involvement with the mob or something. Because in the memory, I could feel like it had like that Chicago old 30s, late 20s, early 30s era type feel it, the Chicago mob type thing going on. I'm just walking along up the sidewalk, and I hear a name being called, and I assumed that was my name at the time. I think Joey or Jimmy or something like that. I can't remember the name. And I turn and I see these two individuals standing in the middle of the street, a female and a male, dressed up in mob garb, pinstripe, Tommy guns, and they just start blasting on me, and I can feel every bullet that hit. And that was the longest, most drawn out one. Because I can feel the bullets, I can taste the blood coming up into my mouth, and I felt myself falling, hitting my head on the curb, and laying there as my eyes rolled back, seeing the blood going down the gutter and stuff,
Yeah.
So that was one, and then the second one I remembered was it was kind of an old west setting. Apparently, it was a shootout at high noon or something, because I can feel myself walking along this dirt road, and I can see the brim of my hat a little bit. I look down, I see my boots and everything, and I turn around, and as I turn around, I get shot twice, once in the shoulder and once in the chest, and boom, that was it. It was done. And the third one, I guess I was in some kind of during the Roman days, I guess. I remember we're running into this battlefield, and I've got my sword in one hand and my shield on the other arm, and I'm running, and I look up and I see the spear like coming at me, hits me in the heart, boom, I'm done. It was just that short and simple, It was wicked. The first one, I was about 12 or 13 when I had the first recollection of previous life. At that time, I didn't understand any of it until I was older. By the time I was in my 20s, as a matter of fact, the last one happened while I was in the service. I was in my 20s when I recalled the last one. But yeah, it's weird. I've talked to people who can remember like different several different parts of their past lives. Like they can remember sitting eating meals with people they've never known before, or things like that. But me, no, all three of them that I could remember was just the moment I died and how I died.
Yeah, that's interesting to hear all those, because I have not, I can't remember anything as far as I know, but, like I've been told many, many times so far is I need to meditate. I've heard it so many times. And so maybe if I started doing that, I would have some, I'd have something come into my conscious.
This is what they call, they say hypnotists can do it for you. Like it's called past life regression. Thing where they do kind of put you in a hypnotic state, and they give you keywords or key phrases to bring forward that memory. Most people don't, because we're not meant to remember past lives. So a majority of people won't. What I've discovered, the majority of the people that do remember tend to have some kind of an ability or gift relating to the supernatural or the paranormal. Just about everybody I know that has a gift has at least one recall of a past life memory. So, I mean, I don't know if there's a direct correlation with that, but it seems that way.
Yeah, I'd be interested. See, I don't know if I'd be cool with being hypnotized like that and finding out. I don't know. I'd have to think about that for a while.
Yeah, right.
You never know what's going to come up.
Discover you were Jack the Ripper in a past life.
Oh no.
That would suck.
Yep. Or if I really did die in a plane crash, maybe I'd have to. Yeah, I'd have to live through all that again. Like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's not nothing to to take lightly. That's for sure. Because the mind is a fragile thing. It can
Yeah.
be cracked easily.
Chad the Ripper, Thin Lizzy said.
Truth and point. The mind can be cracked very easily.
Thin Lizzy, what are you up to? You want to come on here and hang out with us? I'll send you the link.
What happened to Spooky this morning?
You know, Spooky and Cassie both had a late night last night. They were up talking to me at work for a long time, so I don't know if they might be still sleeping in.
Yeah, Cassie messaged me last night, to remind me of the show today. Like, I think it was well after midnight. Like, oh, she must have a late night.
Yeah, she was up. Man, I can't even remember what time I said goodnight to her.
Well, she sent me the link this morning, so.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. Well, not this morning.
Oh, yeah, it was like really early.
Yeah, it was.
What time did I say night to her? That was
Yeah, she sent the link at like 3:39, no, 3:40 this morning. And I'm like, wow, okay.
Oh yeah, she said goodnight at 3:46 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, that was for me though. So
that was
midnight, a little after midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to sleep till almost 5 a.m. And then I was up at 8:30. I set my alarm for 8:30. And for some reason, I turned the alarm off and dozed back off. Woke up at 1:15. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm going to be late for this. You're going to be pissed.
Oh, no, we wouldn't be pissed. Me and Sonny would just sit here and tell jokes.
I'm going to step away for a minute. I'll be right back, Chad.
No problem, dude. Yeah, man, I was the same way. There was a show. I'm trying to think of who it was for Purgatory Paranormal of New York. And
I love her. She's awesome.
She is so cool. Yeah, she was a really fun guest to have on the show. And yeah, it was for that show. I was sleeping. That was the first one that I decided I was going to take a nap after work. I was going to come home, lay down for an hour and a half, and then get up and do the show. And slept through both alarms. Maybe I didn't even have any alarms set. I can't remember. Maybe I just laid down and figured I'd get up, but sure didn't. I woke up to my phone ringing off the hook, and Cassie was calling me. She's like, time to go, bud. I had like 5 minutes to get the computer turned on and get everything going. Barely made it. Hey, Cassie, how's it going? Good to see you.
Yeah, after I did my I did my live stream last night on D Live, and I'm like, damn, I'm whooped. And that was only like a 3. I usually keep them at 3 hours or less. But after my live stream, I'm like, man, I'm whipped. But as soon as I laid down, it was like I'm wide awake again already. All of a sudden, it was like couldn't get to sleep, and it was like I finally forced myself to get to sleep about 5 o'clock this morning. And alarm goes off at 8:30 because I had planned, because today's the 1st. I get paid today, and I had planned to run to the store real quick and come back in time for the show and everything. And I'm like, no. I look at that time at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. It was like 9 degrees out, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't walking anywhere right now. It's just out at 25. Woohoo! 25 degrees now. But
yeah. 25. See if I got you beat. I got you beat. It's 35 here. 10 degrees warmer here. Oh, DJ. I work with DJ. He just had a daughter. Congratulations, DJ. This is the first podcast that I'm doing since you've had your baby girl. So congratulations.
Well,
hey, what's up, Sonny? How's it going, man?
Oh, good. Sun's out. It's getting warm here.
Oh, is it like 70 now?
No, but it will be.
Oh, dude, I was going through my toolbox last night at work because I had to write some stuff down on a pad of paper, and I opened up the pad of paper, and it was your Amazon thing that you sent to me. It said "Merry Christmas, fucker," and it said "ho ho ho." I just started laughing so hard. I just put it back in there. It'll come flying out again in 6 months from now or something. Another time when I go to open it up. It's the gift receipt for my hat. I think it was.
Melissa.
Melissa knows what that's all about. She used to make fun of my I didn't like, what's that called? Dead air.
I mean, you kind of have a Beavis and Butthead vibe kind of going on a little bit here. But,
Have you ever watched UFO Garage?
Yeah. I've been in there a couple of times. Yeah.
Dude, they laugh more than we do. They're constantly laughing the whole time.
That's the paranormal Cheech and Chong.
Yep.
There you go.
Paranormal
Yeah.
Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
If anybody is watching this, I'm sure everyone that's in the chat is subscribed to UFO Garage. But if you're not, go over to UFO Garage and show them some love, please. Hey, Melissa, your comment was sent at 11:11 a.m. You're the 11:11 comment. Actually, there's a few people in here. Son of 11:11.
I mean it's different, Cassie, than what I'm used to. Most live streams, I'm up here trying to get people to like do something specific. I mean, we're just chilling and like telling our stories.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into anything paranormal or anything yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's like my on D-Live, my stuff is pretty much geared toward paranormal. The ghosty part of paranormal. Like, I don't do the cryptids, I don't do aliens and UFOs and things like that. Because for me, a lot of that falls under the conspiracy theory realm. A lot of it, and I don't do conspiracy theories. Okay, that's one of the topics I don't discuss. Religion, politics, conspiracy theories, women, and the small c I don't discuss on my channel.
Did you say women?
Yeah, women's one topic. Boomer will not get into that. For the most part, when it comes to women and politics and sometimes religion, I always end up on the losing end. So why bother even, messing with it? So
right.
And conspiracy theories, I just can't get into conspiracy theories. Like, I mean, come on. I'm a guy that deals with facts and what the tangible of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like
right. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So, have you seen UFOs before? Are you a UFO guy or mostly just paranormal?
Paranormal, for the most part. And that's only, I wouldn't even be in paranormal if it wasn't for my abilities, gifts, whatever you want to call them. I call it a curse. I came into my gift at a young age, around 5 or so, is when I first experienced the clairvoyant aspect of it, where I started hearing voices, seeing things, just about the time I entered grade school. And then after that, the empath part, it's like I started feeling like other people's emotions, things like that, and stuff like that, and didn't understand what it was. So I was just labeled one of those, emotionally disturbed children, I guess.
Yeah.
So for the majority of my life until my adulthood, it was never really spoke of or never shined a light on it, because it always led to, the possibility of being thrown in a straitjacket and into a padded room. So until I never went public with it until I started my YouTube channel. That's what it was for in the beginning. And kind of kept it low key for the most of my life.
Hmm.
I was so afraid of being ostracized over it,
Of
like many
course.
people in the past have been. And then I discovered once I, started doing YouTube with it, and I discovered so many other people that can relate, or at least can relate, if not share the same, experiences. And so this is where social media is where I can talk about it and discuss it with people that have a camaraderie. I think that's the word for it.
Hmm.
Saw a question up here somewhere. I missed it. I
Oh, tell us about Sarah. Dora said.
read their experience. Um,
Is there somebody
Sarah.
named?
Yeah, Sarah is one of the many resident spirits I have here. Um, uh, I know more about her than the others. I have two little child spirits um, that kind of hang around, Little Billy and Sarah. Um, I mean, from the time I've been in this apartment for what, 12 years now, going on 12 years now, and I've always felt the energy around me and everything, but I never really acknowledged it or started interacting with it until um, about 7 years ago. And not that I needed it, but uh, more or less for validation for myself, I purchased an app that allows me to interact with um, the resident spirits here, where they can interact with the app and answer questions and stuff for me. So that's when I started kind of like getting to know. And Sarah's a little girl around 7 or 9 that apparently was killed in a vehicle versus bicycle accident back in the 70s. Um,
Hmm.
I'm still not clear on whether she was the one on the bike or she was because the passenger apparently the passenger um, uh, died because they swerved to miss the biker and hit a pole or a tree or something. And I
Oh.
believe if I got my information correctly, I believe it happened down the street um, near where the bus stop is, right in front of the civilian cemetery out here. I think that's where the accident occurred, and I think that explains why Sarah's kind of hanging out here. It's within the immediate location, and from what I understand, I've communicated with Sarah. She's buried in that cemetery across the street. That's adjacent to the National Cemetery here. So yeah, so for the last 6, 7 years, I've been kind of working with them with this app where they can touch it and make it light up. It's got like that Simon Says game
Yep.
that we all had when we were kids. Um, well, it's got a program similar to that. He calls it EMF Says. And if a spirit taps the device, they can make it light up. Depending on how hard they tap it, a certain color can light up and it plays that little tune or whatever.
All right.
So I've worked with her on that before to the point where I've got her so that she can answer yes or no questions by lighting up a corresponding color to the answer. Like if I ask her a question and the answer is yes, I tell her, all right, green would mean yes, yellow means no. So I did that for many years. I've kind of backed off from doing it for a while because it does drain you. Like they inadvertently take your energy when they try to do things like that, manipulating solid objects and things like that. They have to nearly manifest um, in order to interact with uh, inanimate objects and stuff. and that takes a lot of energy. And sometimes, if you're the only energy around, they'll use you and take your energy. So, especially for someone that's has an ability or whatever, they're very susceptible to spirits using their energy, and it drains you physically.
Big Willie's putting all kinds of stuff in the chat here.
But yeah, I
couldn't tell you what it means, but
at any given time, I have anywhere from 9 to 12 spirits in my apartment.
Holy smokes!
I had names for 7 of them. Well, they're in a book somewhere. I wrote them down. I don't know where I put that book.
Are they just always there, or do they? How does that work?
Sarah, Billy, Nancy, Jim, and Tim. All right, those 3, for some reason, it's odd because this is a 1-bedroom apartment, and apparently there's a family of 3 that kind of hang out in the kitchen all the time. Nancy, Timmy, and Jim. Jim's the dad, Tim's the brother, and Nancy's the teenage daughter. They kind of hang out in the kitchen for the most part. Nancy's the only one that's able to communicate to, not me. She doesn't communicate to me. She communicates to Sarah. Sarah communicates to me. She kind of plays liaison between the spirits around here, lets me know what's going on when.
Yeah.
And there's an old man, apparently, is a residual that goes up and down my stairs. The only thing I can make of it, I think he fell down the stairs one time, going back downstairs from the bathroom or whatever. Because when I'm using my spirit tracker, I can track him. If I catch him at the right moment, I can track him going from the bathroom and follow him down the stairs. And as soon as we hit the end of the stairs, the blip is gone. So it's like he's reset, like a residual spirit gets reset, and they just are on a loop, reliving the last minutes of their life. Before his death. So I assume he probably tripped down the stairs and broke his neck or whatever. Wow. So he's not aware of me anyway. The other spirits, I'm not sure if they're aware of each other. I don't know how that works, but he's not really aware of me. He just exists in his own world. And then I got a lot of hits on the EMFs and stuff like that throughout different areas of the apartment, which I think is just kind of like a residual thing as well. But I think they're intelligible. They're just not they're not interacting with us.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. But the 3 that have interacted at time, well, 4 if you count the other old guy here, every once in a while, I can't remember his damn name. What's your name again? Can't remember. He has actually interacted with the app a couple of times. But for the most part, it's Claire and Billy. They're the ones most active. They're the ones that participate when I use the app and stuff like that.
And the app is the thing you were telling me about earlier with the different, like Simon Says thing.
It's called the VBE ITC Master Suite, and it's pretty much a group of apps put into one that this developer has developed apps in the past. And he kind of consolidated a lot of them into one app as individual programs on the app. And I'll show you real quick just what it looks like.
Yeah.
It opens up like that. And then it'll pop up a bunch of, these are all the different programs that are in the app that you can use. The one they like using is this here. I won't turn the power on because it'll go crazy.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
He designed it around the idea of the. So when and the cool thing about this one is in that little black area down here.
Yeah.
That tells you like if you won't hear it because its power's not on. But oh wait, it won't do anything. All right, so you can hear it going off and seeing it light up. Now in the bottom, if I touch it like this, it'll
Yeah.
flash on the bottom if it's user activated, and if you got it just sitting there, and it goes off, you'll see in there it'll say spirit activated because it goes off from EMF. And in any device that has an EMF sensor, also known as compass sensor,
Mm-hmm.
that measures the EMF, electrical magnetic field, little things. I just hit it. It registers that, and the program identifies the difference between a human touch to it that activates it, or an EMF field activating it. And
Okay.
if you got it sitting there and it's not doing anything for a while and it suddenly goes off, EMF doesn't travel, per se. EMF fields they have to have a specific route, like from point A to point B, like within power lines. It gives off EMF, but it only gives off EMF in that vicinity where the power lines are going or whatever, or the device and stuff like that. The EMF kind of stays where it's being generated. If you come across an EMF field that seems to be moving from one place to the other, EMF coming off our devices won't do that. It just it stays, and it's where the source is. So if if the EMF is moving, that means the source of the EMF is moving. So that's when you can determine it's a great possibility that it's a spirit, because spirits give off the same kind of EMF that appliances do, high-powered power lines and things like that.
Yeah.
Your heaters, your furnaces, your water heaters and stuff, they give off a little EMF too. So if you're standing around one, you're going to get an EMF hit near those things. But if you walk 15, 20 feet away,
shouldn't get any.
Right. And if you're standing in the middle of an empty room that has no power going or anything, and you hit EMF, you can pretty much rest assured it's spirit activity. Because they're the only things that give off EMF that is able to move from one location to another.
Yeah.
Like the EMF to my laptop is going to be in this general area, and it's a very low output for devices like this and stuff. To the point where it doesn't even pick up. Like I could set my phone right there with the app open as soon as it settles down because I moved it. It's not going off, and it's sitting right on my laptop. So there's not enough EMF put out from this device to trigger that.
Yeah.
So if it goes off, it's got to be, pretty strong EMF.
Now, most people would say that that's probably just like a pre-programmed sound effect to just go off at a specific time. But is there a way to calibrate it?
It's way too sporadic for it to be preset on a time system for it to go off at a specific time. For instance, of late, I haven't gotten any activity up here in my bedroom with it, because spirits just aren't here playing with it. But when I took it downstairs, they would start playing with it. They have their comfort zones too.
Okay.
Like they, especially with Sarah, like if she doesn't feel comfortable showing herself off, she's not going to do it. But if she's in an area where she thinks nobody's really watching, she'll play with it. So if I take it downstairs and there's nobody else in the room, and she'll sit there and play with it. And that's another thing. Like sometimes they'll sit there and play with it constantly, and it'll go off for hours and hours and hours. I've actually had them play with it to the point where they killed my battery before. So that right there, if you have it in one place and it's not doing nothing, and you move it and take it to another place and it starts doing something, right there is an indication that, all right, it can't be pre-programmed to go off at a specific time, because it goes off at, sporadic times. It's too sporadic to be programmed into it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it does have, like, most items have, most devices have a geosensor, which measures vibration. All right, those are almost common in almost every device. The EMF sensors aren't in every device, but most have a geo, which measures vibration. So you gotta be careful around it, because, like, if I bump the table, no, that didn't even set it off. Oh wait, tab's not open. So if I bump the table, because of the vibration, it can set it off too. So you gotta be careful around that too.
How sensitive is that? The vibration sensitivity? Like, can
actually,
you?
It usually takes quite a bit to set it off with vibration
movement.
And if I move it, like if I pick it up and move it, that's because the geo sensor's setting it off because of the movement.
Mm-hmm.
But if I lay it flat still, okay, like that did not set it off. That didn't set it off. Wow.
Huh. Maybe it's like it's a reset since it already did it before.
Oh yeah, when it does go off, it takes a second for the system to reset itself too. So like if I'm using the Spirit app part,
yeah,
to communicate, if I just have all right, if I have the audio open, I didn't have the audio on earlier. The audio's on. It has a setting, a ghost box setting, which when you turn that on, you hear the reverse play of the sound bank. It's 11 tracks of a reverse audio. But if you don't turn it on, you're not hearing that. The only way you can hear it is if it comes across an EMF field that triggers that. Okay. And if that EMF field is a spirit, they can take that reverse audio, manipulate it into making it into a word or phrase. So when they come up, if I have just the tracker, I can close that one. I'll set it to move so it doesn't mess around. All right, so I hit something here. The Spirit tracker, you can have that opened up, sitting down in the still mode, and use that as a way of communicating, because they have to come touch the device in order to activate it. So in still mode, you sit on the table, they have to touch it and speak as they're touching the device, but they have to let go after a second, so the system resets itself, and then they have to touch it again to activate it again. Otherwise, it's just going to get garble. Like when I move it, if it's in still mode, I shake it, move it, you can hear the audio being activated. That's just reverse audio garble. And the blips indicate EMF fields, but since I'm moving it, it's going to pop up anyway. But
I'm downloading that.
If I have it on move setting, and I'm gently kind of panning around, stuff like that, like I just got a couple blips here. That could be coming off the devices here. You never know, because I'm sitting with a computer, a printer, a TV, speakers, all over here. So sitting here, I can't say definitely that it's a spirit sitting here with me. But if I walk around my apartment and I'm in the middle of the room and I get a blip and the audio gets activated, now if they're touching it and the audio gets activated, you can hear them speak. If I just happen to be passing through them, their EMF triggers the audio, but they're not really speaking, so it sounds like garble.
Okay. But, I'm getting that app. Did you have to pay for that, or is it a free app?
It is free now, because but it's only available on Android devices. Just so y'all know.
Yes.
You can get the app through the link. They have on Facebook VVE, and I can drop that link if you want. Well, no, I can't because I'm not blue, but I can put it in your private chat, right?
We can fix that.
Um,
Can you just put something in the chat real quick, like a period or
yeah.
something?
Um,
Then I can wrench you. Then you can put links in there.
all right, there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
No, Jamie, I'm not blushing. There ain't no blushing going on. Boomer. Add moderator. Boom.
Jamie, Bree, I miss you girls too. I've been working on stuff.
Sonny's been ignoring the whole community.
All my vehicles are down, so they're all getting some TLC.
All right, I'm gonna look
And
for that.
Hey guys, my brother's watching, so good morning, Mark. Tell Sue I said hi.
Oh, your brother's watching?
I do believe he is.
Sweet. Good morning, Mark. Cassie said, wrench him before I hide him. Just kidding, Boomer. Cassie's going to hide you in the chat room. We need a big party ASAP. Oh, we could probably do that. We can get 10 people in a stream. When you want to do it, Bree? You're the queen. Or not the queen. What am I saying? You're the goat.
She's the goat.
All right,
she's going to give me shit
that
for that.
should be the link to the app. Okay, it won't post.
Let's see if it comes through.
Let me refresh. The thing didn't take yet. Let me refresh and then try it again.
I know, Bree. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm thinking.
It's not
been up too
showing
long.
All right, now I should be able to do it. Huh?
21 in the chat. What's going on, guys? Good morning. Chad, how old must I be to become a moderator?
All right, I'm gonna have to just send you the link to their Facebook page, and he should have the link on there as well. For some reason, the actual app link won't paste because it's more than 200 characters. I don't know why it is, but
that's what's going
that
on.
link there, that goes to their Facebook page, and in the Facebook page, he did post the link to the app that makes it free to be able to download it free, because Google played their little games, I guess, and took the app off their availability list, I guess. I noticed that when I switched phones and wanted to re-download it, I couldn't find it again. So I contacted Rick, who is the developer of that app, and told him the problem. I was like, well, how can I get it? So he actually sent me the actual link that goes directly to the app, and he says, I will post this in our group page on Facebook, and if anybody wants it, it's going to be available to everybody now, free. When I got it, it was $30. So.
Oh, okay. It was $30?
When I got it, it was $29.99 back in 2015 when I first got the app, and then he made a new he made a newer version of it, which is on Google Play Store. The newer version of the ITC app, the updated one, is on there, and it's like $10 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But for this version of it, Google Play Store took it down. And when I talked to Rick about it, he's like, well, I don't know why they did that. So he sent me the link to download it directly through the link. And he said to me that it would be posted in the group. Anybody wants it, just tell them, become a group member or whatever, and they can get to it through the link. And it'll be free. So yeah.
And what's his name?
Rick Van Brackle.
Okay.
The guy's name, the developer's name.
I wonder if somebody stole the name or something, because I just typed in ITC and there's one called ITC Box 2, and the app looks totally different. It's free,
Yeah,
but
that's
it
not
looks
a VBE app. I don't think.
Spain Paranormal. It says.
If you type into Google Play Store VBE apps, which is Van Brackle Entertainment,
Yeah.
VBE apps, it should show all the apps that he has in the Play Store. He's got
Okay,
some
yeah.
that are free, some that are like 99 cents or whatever, his starter app, which
Mhm.
those are the apps he put together. There's a Geo Says, which is kind of like the EMF Says, but it works off the Geo sensor if you don't have a device with the EMF sensor. Yeah, that one right there. Yeah.
That's funny. As soon as I saw that, you said that, so I just clicked on it. He's got a ton of apps on here, man. Under
And you have
VBE
to-
Inc.
Yep. VBE Inc. Yep. One thing you want to do, they also have a sensor tester app available that's free. Download that sensor tester app
Mhm.
and run it, and it'll tell you if your device is compatible to those specific apps. Because one thing it does take for this app and most of his other apps is the EMF sensor. You can't find EMF without an EMF sensor. So
Is that the?
if you run
that's
that
the
app, it'll tell you if your phone has all the. Yeah, that's the K2. Yeah.
VBE device test app, it says.
Yes. Yep. That's it.
I can't believe how many apps. Man, I'm kind of jealous.
He's been at this for years.
I need to learn how to make apps. I've always been jealous of people that know how to do that.
He actually started out making devices out of old tube TVs, things like that. Like I don't know if y'all remember what a box TV is. Back when I was a kid, they had what they called box TVs. All right, it was a big old giant picture tube with and he discovered, which many people back then had, that if your TV's on that snowy screen thing, which you guys probably don't know about either.
Oh yeah, I do.
But well, yeah, other.
I'm not that young.
But,
we didn't grow up with money. We had rabbit
when
ears.
it goes to that screen, that like in the movie, they have. Well, I can't say proven, but people have claimed hearing, voices, disembodied voices come through like certain channels when it, so he started out doing that. He was making all kinds of devices out of like old crystal radios and old tube TVs and things like that to create a way to communicate to the other side. He just advanced from there, and started making apps.
That's cool.
And I've tried about, I don't know, a dozen and a half of other apps, and so far, like the IT or the VBE apps is the only ones I can really put my stamp on, because I have a way of validating it, which a lot of normal people don't have the gift or the ability to be able to, having the ability to communicate to spirits allows me to validate the app, because if I'm getting the same feedback from the app as I am from what I'm getting with my abilities, that makes it, that much more legitimate, that it's a valid app. It validates me and it validates the app together, because I'll sit here with it and I'll be asking Sarah. We'll be using the EMF Says program, and I'll ask Sarah yes or no questions based on what I'm receiving with my abilities. I'm like, okay, so let's say, all right, I'm getting the name Jimmy, and Jimmy says he's so and so, whatever, and I was like, is is this Jimmy? And she'll communicate back. Like, I mean, I can use her as a liaison as well, not just with the other spirits here, but with spirits she can communicate with the spirits on the other side as well. So when they come through, so she kind of acts like my go-to with them and validates for me by answering the yes and no questions. I was like, all right, is that really Jimmy? Did he do this? Blah, 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 blah. Did he die? And she'll hit it and light up the green saying yes. And, well, did he have a sister named Sally? After 60 seconds or so, she'll light up yellow because that's me testing her. I throw test questions at them as well. So I don't ask a question that I don't already know the answer to when I do these test questions. I'll say, like, I ask her a question that I don't think she could possibly know. Like, was my grandmother a redhead? And if she lights up green, hey, my grandmother died almost 30 years ago, okay? So there's no way she would know that unless she had that contact. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
So that validates the app for me. Plus, I feel a little validation myself with my ability. It's
all
real.
Right, so
you're not going crazy.
I have a question that just popped into my head, and I'm sure you could probably answer it. Do you believe in reincarnation? So, like, hanging out in heaven for a little while and then coming back?
All right, I do believe in reincarnation, but I believe it happens before that stage. The way it's been explained to me, again, via communicating to the spirits, there's a process, a sorting process. There's when your spirit energy is released from your vessel and it's time to go wherever you got to go, as you go through that tunnel of light, there's angels there. There's a sorting angel. The way I understand that it's been explained to me, they determine where souls go. If you go through the tunnel, can't do much about the ones that are stuck here on the physical plane for whatever reason. But as you go through, they determine based on like the color of your soul, how dark your soul is. Like everybody has identifier colors, apparently, the way you explained to me, which is either magenta, cyan, yellow, or for some odd reason, green. But depending on how damaged your soul is, it'll get darker and darker, or get lighter and lighter. From white to your base color, let's say you're a cyan. So from white to cyan, that's from sainthood to just normal, average human kind of soul. From your base color to black, that's how dark your soul is. That's how ruined you are. That's how dark you are. And once you hit black, it's like, so during the sorting, they look at that. They look at your soul and, okay, can it be fixed? Can we let them into the light side? Okay, if they believe you can be rejuvenated and just like the prison system, whatever that word is for, turning bad people good.
Rehabilitated.
Yeah. If you can be rehabilitated, you'll move on and get rehabilitated. If not, you go to the dark side and become Lucifer's next chew toy. But that's the same stage of the process where they determine if you're going to be recycled. I like to call it recycling your soul into another life. So that happens before entering for good the other side.
Like, I see what you're saying.
Once you're on the other side, as far as I understand, that's where you are for eternity. Once it's been decided that your spirit has done enough, lived enough, or whatever, existed enough on the physical plane, it deserves eternity over there, on whatever side you end up on, light side or dark side. That's where you stay.
That's ascension, right? Or ascension? Is that what it's called when your soul
Ascension
ascends to?
Ascension is, and I'm not really sure on this, but ascension is being ascended from heaven, heaven to earth again.
Oh, okay.
That's not reincarnation. That's you've been there. Your spirit is ascended down,
Okay.
not into a new body reborn. See, when a child is conceived, there's a stage during the process of growing inside them or whatever. There's a particular stage. That's when you start forming your limbs and things like that. That's when your soul is put into your vessel. Okay, one of God's angels is in charge of taking his soul, which is a literal piece of him. He's just energy, and we're literally a piece of him. He takes that, brings it to Earth, puts it in that child. Boom, they're born a human. Okay, with a soul. They have a vessel and a soul. When you're ascended, or descended or whatever, it's just your spirit coming back for whatever reason or rhyme. That's what I gather anyway. Don't quote me on it, but that's I think. But reincarnation is different. Reincarnation is the same spirit energy being put in multiple different vessels throughout time. And some people believe it's a choice. Some people believe it's what our Almighty Creator decides for us. That part of it, I'm not really sure on. All I know is I remember living 3 other previous lives in different periods of this plane.
So, because that's how I understand it too, is you keep coming back until you've learned what you need to learn. And then when you've learned everything that you've come here to learn, then you get to transition over for permanently.
Right. And I hope that's the case because, I mean, this is my 4th go around and I'm getting a little tired of this.
I was going to say, man, I know you said all you can remember is the times that you died in your past lives, but can you think of anything that you've learned? Like, I'm trying to think of. What do you think that your purpose here is? Like, what do you think you need to learn during this time?
I think we can live 1,000 lifetimes and still not know what our purposes are. I know. I mean, I can pretty much guess that one of my purposes is because everything, every other previous life, I was in one way or another involved in like battle, law enforcement, whatever. I think I was a gumshoe in the 20s, and a sheriff or a bounty hunter or somebody in the when I had the Wild West one, and then obviously I was some kind of gladiator or something in the first one, and in this lifetime I was in the service. So I think that's one of my purposes that is meant to happen through each and every life I relive, however you want to word it. One of the key points is I got to be experiencing some sort of there's a term for it, and I can't. I mean, and by the way, I've had 3 strokes, so
Oh, have you really? Wow, man.
So yeah, it's hard for me to retain certain information and things like that.
Yeah, that's understandable.
My mind does not stay like the filing cabinets are over.
They get shuffled around every now and then.
Yeah.
Cassie was asking if we're a natural at something. Like, say I'm a natural at saxophone. Is that something that we've practiced over different lives?
I have wondered that myself, and I can only assume that. Yeah, like for me, it's art, painting. Okay, that's one of my talents, and I think because everything I've lived before has some kind of artistic value to it, you know. And I think those talents that it seems like we're born to do, like it's natural to us, those God-given talents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's something we've practiced in previous lives in order to get better at it. And I think that's how certain abilities become natural to some people. You're either a great musician or a great artist or a great, you're good with law things, like, so you're going to be a lawyer or a judge or a doctor, throughout all your previous lives, you had at least some kind of experience at one level or another of in the medical field. So by the time you're on your last go around, you could be a brain surgeon. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that's where we get our natural born talents from, is through doing it in previous lives.
Yeah.
And every time we get cycled around again, we learn more and more and more about it.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good question too, because I've always kind of wondered that, and I've never had anybody pose that question.
That makes me wonder, like I was saying earlier, how a saxophone was pretty natural to me. Like I just picked it up and started playing it, and there's a couple other instruments that I can do that with. And it's like I wonder, if
instrument, your close contact with the spirit realm, whatever the angel would be, who's the one that blows his horn? You have a close connection with Gabriel. Most people, like the people, like musicians, depending on what instrument they advance at.
Yeah.
That's because they have a certain connection with one of the archangels. That's, like if you're a bass player, like you could be connected to Michael, because the bass is kind of like the symbol of the power, the strength, things like that. Wind instruments, no matter what, I mean, it could be the flute, but yours is a sax. You have a good connection with Gabriel, because Gabriel is the one that blows the horn. So yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I've never heard that before, so that's cool to hear. Gabriel, so how would I look that up? More information on that if I just searched.
You can look up archangels. Just Google archangels, and they'll have their version of their description of what an archangel is. So most of that stuff they base off the biblical meaning of things. Like I get my information straight from the sources, pretty much, or at least somebody who's close to that source. That's how I get my. I don't read the Bible. I don't study the Bible, anything like that. I don't really believe in the Bible per se, as like I don't take it for its word.
Right, word for word.
Because there's so much contradicting going on, in the Bible. So I'm not, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I have a spiritual connection with the other side and certain people and stuff like that. So, like strong warrior like type people who feel this need to sign up and join the service and things like that, or become a police officer, or become a fireman and stuff. Those types of people have a better connection with Archangel Michael, the one who helped God strike down Lucifer and send him to the dark side. Okay.
Yeah.
In his little prison there. So those are the people that are more connected with Archangel Michael, because he's the warrior type. He's the one that, he's the protector. People that have that overwhelming sense of always needing to protect somebody has that connection with Michael. Because that's what he is. So
Can
I
someone
had
have a
to-
connection to more than one?
You can. I would assume you could have a connection with multiple archangels, but there's always going to be that one that kind of stands out above the rest based on what kind of like your interests, who you are, your personality, all of that is directly correlated to at least a specific type of archangel that kind of rolls in that neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You sure do. I'm an ex-cop. I have a huge St. Michael tat. There
Oh
you
wow,
go.
that's cool.
What is it? Unidentified as far. Unidentified. Who?
That's Anthony, yeah, from New York
You're
area.
from New York too, huh?
He's
Let me
from
guess. Real New York. All right, that's how most people that aren't from New York State separate. There's upstate New York, and then there's New York City. The real
Proper.
New York.
right.
Anything north of New York City, Long Island, all that is upstate New York. I'm in the most southern part of upstate New York, right near the PA line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Island.
he's on.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's right. Staten Island. I couldn't remember.
over
I didn't want to
50
speak
years
out.
Being on this rock, living in New York State, I never once set foot in New York City, anywhere near. I've been through New York City to get to New Jersey. I've been to Pennsylvania along the borders and stuff, but I've never set foot in New York City.
I've wanted to so bad to just drive over there because it's really not that far from Michigan.
Right.
4 or 5 hours. I don't know what it would be, 6 hours even, but it wouldn't be that far. But I'm just kind of intimidated. I've driven to Chicago before, and it wasn't that bad. But I've heard New York's way worse for traffic, so I'm kind of intimidated to even drive over there. But one of these days I might do it.
Yeah, if you visit New York City, depending on where, like Manhattan is a madhouse for traffic and stuff. Avoid the boroughs, that's for sure.
Oh, I'll be hitting up Anthony S4 tonight if I head over there.
If you've never been to New York City before, never been to New York really, the first place you want to go to kind of
Get acclimated. Yeah.
Acclimated to New York. Start with places like, Elmira's a good place to dip your toes first. Get used to the, if you're one of those that lives in one of those states where you're like almost country boy, kind of.
Right here.
Never seen a city or never lived in an urban environment before. Places like Elmira, maybe Syracuse. Syracuse is a little risky too for somebody who's never been in New York. Binghamton is a good place to start. Is a good starter place to visit. Check out Binghamton a little bit. Rochester, things like that. Then kind of like once you get acclimated to that, then you can venture down into the New York City areas. Where it's the cities. Like everywhere you look, there's a freaking high rise. You got to temper yourself.
Yeah.
Kind of like if you have frostbite, you don't start out in hot water to get rid of it. You got to start with the cold water and warm it up as you go.
Yep.
Get the feel thing.
Yeah, kind of like dropping a fish in a new tank. You gotta acclimate a little bit. Yeah, I'm really interested. Like when I went to Chicago, I didn't really venture out too far. I kind of just hung out in the museum district because I mean, you could spend 5 days just hanging out in one of the museums there. So yeah, I just hung out in the southern part there by Lake Michigan, like where there's like Shedd Aquarium, and I spent a lot of time in the what do they call that, planetarium. Pretty awesome over there. So yeah, if I went to New York, that's probably what I would do anyway, is just hang out at the museum district if there is one. I'm sure there's
they have a lot of there's museums, there's art galleries, there's all kinds of like places to go if you're into like history and things like that. They got places like that you can go to. All over New York State, there's spots like that, where they have at least something somewhere that somebody could go to check out, art exhibits or natural history exhibits and things like that. They're scattered all over the place.
Yeah.
New York area.
Don Cantner says, I went through Chicago and oh my God, beautiful city, but it's a one-time thing for me. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I'll go back on a weekend, but I'm like a two-day at a time. I can only stay in those big cities for about 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh, where Night of the Museum was filmed. I didn't catch that. Where was that filmed? Were we already talking about a museum? Oh, is that is the planetarium where they filmed Night at the Museum? That would be cool.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen both of them. And I think there's three. I think there's three.
Sweetly Morbid Bear says, hearing Chad's accent today. I can't believe somebody thinks that I have an accent, because
I'm not picking up on it.
Yeah, growing up, I guess you don't. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Growing up around people that all talk the same, you don't pick up on an accent. But I guess if people from different areas of the country hear you, you sound different to people. Let's see. Be right back. Need more coffee. You know what? If I didn't have to go to sleep in a couple hours, I'd be wanting some more coffee right now too. Can't get enough of it.
Always got the Folgers on hand.
Ever since I got that French press for Christmas, and I started making my own coffee that way, man, I can really make some strong coffee.
Now, that's one thing I have heard about New York City areas, like Manhattan and some of the upper scale areas of New York City. They do make a mean espresso, man. Like, nobody makes an espresso like a New Yorker or true New York.
Oh, man.
Pizza, man. You can't beat the pizza.
Yeah, that's true.
That's New York State, okay? There's not a place in New York State that I don't know makes a decent pizza. Those, if you're, the original Italian type restaurant, okay? I'm not talking Domino's, and Domino's the worst pizza ever anyway. But, Papa John's, I think they're Sicilian, but that's good too. That's the best pizza around here as far as your
like a chain.
Chains, yeah. As far as the chains go, Papa John's is the way to go. But we have like original Italians all over the place that you just can't beat it. The pizza here, New York City, best pizza, best coffee, best clubs. There you go. Yep. But yeah, that's the way it is in Syracuse and Binghamton. They're so close. That's why I say, those areas would be kind of a way to ease into like the total urban environment, such as the metropolises like New York City and stuff. That's the best way to start, because they're pretty much little mini-me's of like New York City. You could get the same experiences. Binghamton has some of the greatest clubs ever. They have a whole strip of like 20 clubs right along on the same block. It's
wow.
Awesome. They have the best pizza places in upstate New York. But yeah.
Yeah, I dig
like
pizza.
Like I said, I haven't had the New York City experience, but I can get a taste of it when I go to, like, I've been to Syracuse, I don't know how many times. Binghamton, I used to live in Endicott, which is pretty much right next to Binghamton. And Binghamton's a good place to kind of, test the waters for your urban experiences.
Oh, Doris, you're in Michigan also. That's cool. Yeah, I used to be a big pizza person. Then I started this that keto diet where you're not supposed to eat carbs and sugar, and definitely makes me feel better and everything. But damn, I really miss pizza.
It cleanses you, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, no diet really works.
Yeah, you really have to stay with it, or it doesn't work.
But me, I've never been on a diet in my life. But in the last 2 years or so, I've probably lost about 40 pounds.
Really?
I was.
What?
Let's see. In Christmas of 2019, I was 232 pounds. I weighed myself, the last time I weighed myself was around just after Halloween of 2019 or 2020. Whenever I went to New Jersey to visit my friends down there, weighed myself, I was 189.
Wow.
And that's without trying. That's without dieting and stuff. I mean, the one thing I changed in my diet, and I went from drinking regular soda to drinking Pepsi Max, which has zero sugar, zero calories. You know, if you want to cut out calories and you can't get away from that soda, you know, Coke has another similar version of it. They call it
Coke Zero.
Well, yeah, Pepsi changed their label from the original was Pepsi Max, but they changed their label as soon as Coke came out with Coke Zero. Pepsi's like, oh, in the spirit of competition, we got to change our label. And now they call it Pepsi Zero.
I noticed that. I'll always call it Pepsi Max.
Yeah, I will always do. As a matter of fact, on Zoom, one of my virtual backgrounds is the original Pepsi Max logo with my
is it really?
Keep it real on it. But
you know what? That is going to be like a rare thing to see. You know, if they only had it for, I don't know how many years they had Pepsi Max for, probably 10 or so. I would imagine.
I discovered Pepsi Max back in 2012, I think it was. So yeah, about 10 years, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time it came out, and from the first time I tried it, that's my main go-to right there. You know, Pepsi.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've always been a Pepsi person my whole life, anyway. But.
Pepsi Max has its own Wikipedia page. I was wondering if it did. I wanted to look up.
Google Pepsi Max.
Sold in the United States until it was renamed Pepsi Zero Sugar late 2016.
Right, yep.
Pepsi Max debuted in Australia, the United Kingdom, and Italy in April 1993.
Oh, wow.
It was expanded to Ireland the following September and to France, Greece, Spain, and Portugal the following December. By the end of 94, Pepsi Max was sold in approximately 20 countries. When did it come to the United? Oh, the product remained unavailable in the United States until 2006.
2006.
So we had it from 2006 until 2016, 10 years.
And in 2016, they changed it to Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Yep.
Yeah, I discovered it like in 2012, and ever since I did, like, boom, I was hooked. Yep.
Pepsi Max, baby.
What I wish they would come out with, I've been saying it all along. I'd like to see them come out with. Remember Crystal Pepsi back in the day? I don't know if you.
I don't know.
Clear.
Yeah, Pepsi Clear, Crystal Pepsi. What I'd like to see is like they combine those three concepts of Cherry Pepsi, Pepsi Clear, Pepsi Max, you know, into one product. That'd be awesome to see a Cherry Pepsi Clear Max. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Cherry
I even
Pepsi
designed a
Clear.
label for them and everything.
Did you?
Like, here's what the label would look like. You know?
Here you go. You just got to come up with the drink now.
Right. Well, virtually they could do it. All they got to do is add the cherry flavoring that they add to their Cherry Pepsi.
Yeah.
And eliminate the caramel color, which is what they did for the Pepsi Clear. All they did was eliminate the caramel coloring part of it. You know, I think they could do it. I mean, Sprite has a cherry Sprite, which is clear. You know, so why can't Pepsi Max do the same thing? You know, just eliminate the caramel, add some cherry, and boom. There you go.
Boom,
if you
there
do
you
it,
go.
Pepsi, hey, Pepsi, if you're out there and you're seeing this and you do that, I want some credit. Yeah, give that credit to Boomer.
Yeah, I changed the logo on the top right of the screen so that
your case of sodas.
Oh, there you go.
if we ever get any sponsorships.
You feel like there's a little Pepsi Max angel on your shoulder there, Sonny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I'm even allowed to do that. We'll change it back to this one.
I don't know. On DLive, it would be on DLive you could. YouTube, I don't know, with all their new. Like,
Yeah, dude. Who knows? Pepsi, my ex might come after me.
You can't show them, you know.
I didn't show their current logo. That's not their current logo.
That's true. It's not their current logo. So,
Yep.
you know.
I'm sure they still have it copyrighted, but yeah, YouTube might come after me.
I have it on my even when I do YouTube streams, I'll use my virtual background on Zoom with the Pepsi in the back. And they haven't knocked me for that yet.
Yeah, I'm sure if you had like 10,000 subscribers or something, they might have something to say, but
I
I'm
just
over
gotta
here
get
with-
Pepsi to sponsor me, and then I don't have to worry about it.
yeah, I'm telling you. If you talk nothing but good things about them, they would be dumb not to.
Yeah.
At least throw you a couple
I
bucks.
have nothing but good things to say about them. Like,
Mhm.
there's only one downfall with Pepsi, and I have mentioned this. When they came out with that lime Pepsi, oh, you guys made a huge mistake. Okay, made the I'm a Pepsi pay. Okay, that's
Bad choice.
But Pepsi, for the most part, ever since I was a kid, is you know. been good.
Oh, Sonny's got cars driving by.
Like I
Yeah.
thought when they came out with cherry Pepsi, holy shit, it was like Christmas all over again. That's the best one they came out with. As far as their flavored, they
Yeah.
have an apricot now. One I think it's apricot.
Apricot? What
I
a
think that's
choice.
what it is. But
Pomegranate? I know everybody was
Right.
coming out with something pomegranate flavored for a while there.
Yeah, that's
Bacon
tried
soda?
something new.
Rum and
That's what's
coconut
up.
wine is awesome. Yeah, see, if I drink rum, I have to
Oh,
put it in
gross.
Pepsi. Sorry. Now, when I go to the bars, it was just natural because that's what you ask for a drink, you want Jack and Coke, rum and Coke. It's just natural to do that. So when I go to the bars, that's the only time I would really drink Coke is if it's in a mixed drink.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that was the norm. But lately, if I go to a bar, I'll ask for Jack and Pepsi. It's like, look, I don't put some Pepsi in that bitch. But,
Yeah,
I-
some people just have soda, and it's like, well, what is it? Well, it's a cola. Yeah, but what is it though?
Pop.
Because I went to some restaurant. I think it was. I want to say it was. What the hell was that place? It was a burger joint. I don't think there's very many of them. Yeah, I can't remember the name
Five
of it. but-
Guys, is it?
No,
Five Guys? They're a newer.
no, it was a. I don't remember the name of it. It's a small chain, I think, but they make their own soda. Or like they make all their own pops, all their own sodas.
Right.
And I wasn't a fan of. I tried one or two of them. Maybe I just tried one. Wasn't a fan of it. Just got a milkshake instead.
Right.
It was supposed to. The waitress was trying to sell it on like, oh yeah, we make all of our own natural. Everything's natural. Tastes great. And I tried their cola that was supposed to be like Coke, and it was far from Coke. It was far from Pepsi. It was
Those
bad.
off-brand sodas are, they're nasty.
Yep.
Hi, Pony. How are you? We were talking about you earlier.
We were.
Yeah, you
Your
should have
ears are
heard the
ringing.
shit Pony was saying about you. Oh my god. Anyway.
Yeah.
But in Arkansas, I know they call everything Coke. Not in Arkansas.
Oh, really?
Ask for a Diet Coke. They'll ask you, what kind? I'm like, what do you mean? I said Diet Coke. Well, you want Sprite, orange, what? I'm like, no, Coke is Coke. Come on.
Coke is
Like,
Coke.
Everything Coke. Yeah, you want an orange Coke? You want Sprite Coke? Like, I don't get it. But
Lynn
they
LeBlanc
do
says
have a
the
drink down there.
the
called
brand
Big
that tastes the
Red.
most like Pepsi is Walmart brand Great Value.
Oh no! Oh man! Somebody smacked you and just tore up your taste buds. I've had the Walmart version of cola. Nothing like Pepsi. Come on. No way.
We're getting a debate here.
RC Cola is good, but none of it tastes like Pepsi. But I
Yeah.
do like RC Cola. That's good stuff.
RC? Yeah, I remember that RC cola. That was pretty good.
You guys have Fago?
Tab, the first diet drink out. Tab, remember that?
Did you call me?
You guys don't have Fago out there, do you? That's
Oh,
a-
unfortunately, yes.
You do have it?
Swamp water. Yeah.
You go.
Worst sprinkles soda I've ever had. Fago. Ugh.
We got Fanta.
Fago's a
Fanta,
Detroit
we got that
brand,
too.
man.
Yeah, Fanta too.
Yeah, that stuff's nasty.
I can't. The one I can't find is Big Red out here. I
We got
discovered
those.
it when we were in Arkansas for a train up one time years ago.
It's like red licorice flavored soda.
Well, it tastes just like that Big Red gum. The Big Red gum is awesome.
Really?
I loved it.
It was cinnamon.
Yeah,
You've never
kind of. Yeah, it was like a cinnamon.
had those, Sonny?
Nope.
Oh my god, dude! I'm bringing you some if I ever come out to visit you. This Rock and Rye is really good, and the Red Pop is really good, but it's pure sugar. I mean, it's pure sugar.
Yeah,
They just jam as much in there as they can and
carbonated-
throw some water.
It was like carbonated Kool-Aid.
We got
Like
Jolt
really-
out here.
Jolt?
Jolt, you had that
Jolt.
too.
I didn't know they still made
even
Jolt.
They even got Jolt times 2. It's double the sugar and double the caffeine.
Wow.
Same
Oh
as
my
well.
god!
Holy
Good
shit.
stuff.
California's like, well, we won't sell you any gas, but we got some sugar in a bottle to sell you.
I remember when Jolt came out in the 80s.
Orange Fago. What's the
Hey, Surge.
Coca-Cola version of Jolt? Was Surge?
Surge.
Did
Yeah,
you like
I've heard of
Surge?
that.
I had that
I
when that
know
came back
that.
out. That was pretty good.
Remember that.
A lot of sugar though. Damn. It's crazy how
See,
much
that's-
sugar to
that's
think
the
I used to
good thing
drink.
about the Pepsi Max, you get all the benefits of the extra caffeine because Pepsi Max has what 3 times as much caffeine as your average soda, but no sugar, no calories, it's just caffeine, man. It's like, yeah,
Yep.
it's
At least that Surge was
90.
good.
What is it 97 milligrams of caffeine per 16.9 ounce. So
Damn, that's
that-
pretty good.
the average soda, I think, is 39 or something like that. 39 milligrams.
Yeah, that's
of
pretty good
caffeine.
then. Yep. Yeah, I can't believe I've never had a man. If it tastes like the Big Red gum, then I'm sure I'd love that.
Yeah, it did. I mean, this was what over 20 years ago that I had it, and I haven't been able to find it in New York. Anyway, in my area, of New York, anyways. I've looked at like all the stores we have around here, and I haven't found Big Red here yet.
Big
It
Red
is good.
soda.
Yeah, the ones we got here, it tastes like red licorice. The Big Red soda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that stuff.
So sweet and so smooth since 1937. Get yours today.
Oh. But
Yep. See, you come on, talk about paranormal stuff, and now we're talking about sodas, different pops.
and that's usually how things go on my stream. It's like we'll start out on one particular subject, and somebody will mention one thing, and then boom, we're off.
Yep.
We're off from food land.
Oh, and Edna, you know what Verner's is about, huh? Verner's is really good. It's a.
Kinda.
Oh, you've got Verner's in New York?
No, I was just gonna say. Lee says Big Red is like a red cream soda, kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay. Oh man, I bet I'd love that.
Almost like a birch beer type thing
Okay,
going
yeah.
on.
Dollar Tree
I mean-
special.
When it comes to sodas and companies trying to create a flavor of soda that's the same as a particular like candy that's made or whatever, it's hard to get that exact,
Right.
whatever it's called when you mix several things together. Recipe. It's hard to get
Yeah.
the recipe down pat.
Right.
It's like watermelon. Okay. Now watermelon, I
yeah.
can eat watermelon all day long, but anything watermelon flavored, like no, this don't taste like what the
No,
fuck,
it doesn't at all taste like
Yeah.
watermelon.
I can't eat watermelon candy. Can't drink watermelon like flavored drinks or if it was pure like watermelon juice, yeah, like that.
Yeah, they should just come out with a whole different name for that flavor because it doesn't taste like watermelon.
Exactly.
It's weird. It's its own flavor.
Yeah.
Like there's even some like strawberry or cherry flavors that it's like,
Right.
man, that is way off. It doesn't taste like that.
You know, when I was in the service, when we get the Jolly Ranchers in the our MREs,
Mm-hmm.
and I would use the watermelon Jolly Ranchers as target practice.
Oh, there you go.
You know, or when we were in Panama and we would make deals with the locals there, like they'd run around with buckets of ice with sodas in them, trading them or selling them, right? They would trade them for parts of our MREs. I'd save up all my watermelon Jolly Ranchers and maybe throw in a brownie or whatever and trade them for like an orange soda or something that they come right out onto our ranges with 5-gallon buckets. It's like, MRE Coca-Cola, MRE, and there everything was Coca-Cola too. Everything was called Coca-Cola. If it was Orange Crush, Coca-Cola, so they'd run around and say, MRE Coca-Cola, MRE Coca-Cola, trying to bargain with us.
It's like Kleenex. It's got the same name, yeah.
But it was funny out there. But watermelon Jolly Ranchers. Look, find a new flavor, will you? Grape. I can't do grape either. Grape popsicle. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, you got a Jolly Rancher on hand?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh man. I don't have any candy on hand. Thank God. It'd be half gone.
All mine's over there on top of the bedpost.
My weakness is. Oh man, my weakness is like savory, like sweet and salty, like those peanut butter pretzels or like chocolate covered pretzels or something like that. I can't be around it. You could put a whole jar of Jolly Ranchers here next to my computer monitor and it wouldn't move.
Right. I've got this jar of hard candy that I've had for like 3 months sitting over here, like just
Yeah.
But my
I just never get
empty. My cookie bucket's empty.
Oh yeah, dude, cookies.
First.
I can't have cookies around here. Be gone.
Right.
Those munchies kick in and it's dangerous.
Oh,
I could have the strongest mindset. Like I am not going to eat. I'm only going to have one. I'm just going to have one. Anytime I have a sweet tooth, I'll just have one of these and then I can just ignore it. Nope.
You see a pack of Oreos, you're like, willpower. What the fuck?
You read my mind. You read my mind. I was just thinking the rows, the rows of Oreos. You start telling yourself, you're like, okay, just one row. All right. Just have one row a day and then you'll be fine. Everything in moderation.
3. Like, all right, just 3 out of this. Yeah, we're good. Before you know it, like, all right, half a row, no problem. Okay. And then before you know it, all 4 rows ago.
You ever take just like a few out and then put the package away and you're like, well, the package is already put away. So now as long as the package is put away, I'm not going to, I'm walking by it again. I'll grab a couple more.
Yeah. Out of sight, out of mind only works if they're out of sight completely forever.
Yeah, that only works for me if they're out of sight and I ran them over with my truck.
Peripheral, it's like, you know what you are over there. Yeah, you're hiding over there in the corner.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm the only one that lives here, so if they're hidden, I'm the one that hit them, and I know how to find them. That's the problem.
What works for me is the fact that I have such a shitty memory, mostly due to my strokes and previous head injuries and stuff like that. Like I have a shitty memory, and I could stick something away somewhere and forget by the next day or 2 days later where I put it. So, and it happens to me all the time. It's like. If I got a couple extra bucks, I'm gonna hide away somewhere. I'll tuck it away somewhere and forget about it. And then, like one day, I'll be sorting things out, cleaning up or whatever. Oh shit, where'd this 20 come from? I'm a rich guy. What happened? It's like,
yeah.
So it works for me to a certain extent. I can hide something away, and forget about it, and then I'll discover it later. I'm like, yeah, now I remember.
Yeah, there's been a few times where I've reached into a pocket and there's been a $20 bill in there or a couple $20 bills, and you're like, hell yeah, it's going to be a good weekend. I got an extra 20.
Yeah.
Wasn't even your pocket. That's from you standing too close.
Hey now.
That's when you're standing next to his old high school buddy. Oh, I just found 20 in my pocket. He's like, wait
Check
a minute.
this out, man. I was missing that. Bullshit.
Missing it now. You're going to miss it later, too.
Yeah, you're missing it now. That's for sure. What's up, Gypsy Road? Good to see you, dude. It's probably, oh yeah, it is still morning over there. It's 12:30 here, so I can't say good morning.
Oh,
I can say good morning to you, though, on the West Coast.
Man, it's still 9:30.
Well, you guys
Still 9:30.
went a little over your time. Now, don't you usually have your like an hour?
No, we always go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we always go 3 hours.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Usually about here is where we drop. I just dropped the StreamYard link in the chat, so anybody that wants to join in, we usually have people come in for about a half hour or so and
Awesome.
do a little round table, see if we can get Gypsy Road to hop on here if he's not in his PJs still. If I know him, though, he's got his electric coffee mug rolling. It's at 183 degrees Fahrenheit. Life is good.
Yeah.
Had to drop off 2 kids this morning, and we were jamming to some old Ozzy Osbourne, Diary of a Madman.
Hell yeah, Ozzy.
If we weren't live on YouTube, I could pull that up right now and blast it.
Have y'all ever caught his reality TV show, The Osbournes?
No, I haven't. Oh, when it first started. What's up, Gypsy Road?
I'm dressed, and actually, it's a regular coffee cup this morning because I've been on the road.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Gypsy Road?
Oh, shoot, let me turn off this volume. My fault.
Oh, that's right. This is the gentleman with the electric coffee cup. Are you the one that was showing your coffee cup the other night?
Yeah, that was me.
I was like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, but why? You know, like, why would somebody spend $30 on a friggin' cup?
30. That was $100.
I got this, and I'm good for at least a couple hours. I'm just thinking, how long does it take a guy to drink a mug of coffee? That they
Dude,
it
was a birthday gift. I didn't pay for it.
It's all about gadgets, man. If you're a gadget person, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
I want one.
Okay, so Gypsy's
I want
a gadget.
one. Like the same thing. Like this thing, if I put coffee in here, it's probably good for 4 hours or 5 hours. But the fact that it's electric is just cool. This is cool.
I
man.
love it, dude. See, I love it. See, my
$7.99.
wife buys that Nespresso coffee, right? So it's a little more expensive. So if I'm gonna buy a higher coffee, I want that coffee to last. Every last drop go in here. If I'm paying higher price and Keurig, then I want to drink every piece of it. So if it keeps it hot longer, so I don't waste one piece of it.
There you go.
And it's cool that it has an app, like it tells you how hot your coffee is, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, if I wasn't dropping off my kids, and then I'm doing usually I'd be doing my breaking news at 11, but I got to do it at 10, so I didn't have time to get my magic cup and all that ready.
All right, let me ask you. Do you have one of those $150 toothbrushes too? The black, what do they call it? Black.
Oh no, I got an old special Target $2 whatever coupon on sale.
Dude, I think it's Oral-B. They make one called like Black Limited or something, and it's like $150, and it's got a Bluetooth. It's all Bluetooth. It's got an app, and the whole time you're brushing, it like knows how much brushing you're doing, and it'll tell. It has like a timer on the side of it, and if you don't go all the way the full timer, it has like a sad face that comes up on the screen.
You see those new refrigerators?
What's up, Lynn?
Refrigerators tell you when your milk is almost out and stuff.
Hey, you'll have to mute your YouTube side if you have one going, so it doesn't come up. But
I mean, they got refrigerators that will send you a text on your thing saying, "Hey, your milk's almost out. Your eggs are almost out."
Yeah.
I mean, my God, it's like, wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
Can
They
you
have.
hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Is it echoing or anything?
Oh no, it's not echoing anymore. Oh,
Okay.
here's Bim Jim. Everybody's coming in to say hi. How's it going, Bim Jim?
Oh, good. Yeah, I go to
Oh, you're coming in. You're coming in a little loud. I'm gonna bring your microphone down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
There
you,
you
Gypsy
are.
Road and Boomer.
Ditto.
Oh, you're a little loud too. I'm gonna bring your volume down a little bit.
you guys are actually watching me work because I'm actually working on my laptop to get my show ready.
Oh,
So I'm actually
sweet.
working at the same time. This is great.
Getting stuff
Oh,
done,
yeah, you're on
man.
the West Coast too, aren't you?
I still haven't gone to
You guys out.
the pharmacy.
You haven't gone to the pharmacy? Is that what you said,
I
Lynn?
need to walk there, and it's minus 23 Celsius with
Oh,
the
you're.
wind chill, and I do not want to go.
Yeah, I
That's
wouldn't want
about
to either.
4 degrees Fahrenheit.
Delayed, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go out either. I'm supposed to go out and do some laundry, but I don't. Or I have to go out and get some change from the change machine, and I really don't want to go out back out again. But we're supposed to get like 18 inches of snow, so I should probably do it before we get all that snow.
Oh,
Chad, walking downstairs, my wife goes, "Can you take this laundry bag with you and put it in the laundry?" I'm like, I'm trying to get ready for a show. Now I just did some laundry. I'm in the middle
Yeah.
of doing the laundry during the show.
Right.
multitasker. There you go.
Yep. Multitasking. Gotta get everything done, man. Got the to-do list.
I was
The
just
honeydew
Ignore
gonna
that thumping in the
say
background. That's just
Gypsy
the
Rose. I was
washer.
like, yes.
Oh, what? A
Jeez.
little bit of a
Hopefully
delay. What'd you say, Lynn? Oh, I think we lost Lynn. Are you there, Lynn?
Yeah, I heard her say my name, and then
I was supposed to do some chores doing the. Oh. Hi.
Yeah,
Hey,
she's
Lynn,
on
I'm gonna.
back.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think you
there's
got
a
it like a
delay
10-second. Yeah, I'm gonna
or
kick you out
something.
and just. I'm gonna kick you out and have you just come back in because I think there's a little bit of a delay here. All right, she'll come back in.
Yeah, she getting that robotic thing is bad signal. Try
Yeah.
running
Say
on,
minus-
try on her
minus-
cell phone.
Minus 23 degrees where she's at. Is that what she said?
Yeah,
And,
something like that. Minus
Celsius,
23 or
yeah.
something. Yeah,
Oh,
Celsius. Yeah. I think that's the equivalent of like maybe 4 degrees Fahrenheit. Something like that.
Freezing. Bim Jim, what's the
That's
weather
what
like?
it was this morning when I got up.
It's
Like 4 degrees.
freezing
5
here. It's
degrees.
right at 0 or 32 F.
Oh, okay, right at 32 Fahrenheit, huh?
Yeah,
That's freezing.
yeah.
Yep.
we
It's
just hit
29
42.
here right now.
Getting warmer.
Yeah, it's 40 here in Michigan.
You're
So
all
what's up?
still warmer than me.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back, Lynn.
Hi.
There's the
Sounds
echo.
like. Yeah, there's an echo. A little bit of a delay still. We'll keep you in.
Okay. You can just look at my
38
face.
degrees here. 38 degrees here.
38.
And I
That's
actually felt a
crazy.
little warmer today, so I'm like, all right, 38, okay. I knew it felt a little warmer.
Yeah, that's unbelievable that it's warmer here in. It's 2 degrees warmer here in Michigan than it is there, right now at least.
It's been a weird
Ooh.
weather now, right? I mean, it's like almost like we're living in a comic book world with all this
Yeah.
weird weather, extreme snow in the east. You know, the east gets snow, but they've been getting extreme snow,
Hmm.
and then extreme fires. I mean, everything is just feels like it's in a comic book world now. I mean, you just don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's just the start
I
of
might see a
that.
tornado here for once. You know, I mean, you never know.
Right.
Everything is to the extreme.
Or was it last year or the year before that Texas got like a real deep freeze and the power went out and everything?
Yeah, yeah. There was even deaths because of it.
Yeah, because people just aren't used to the cold.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not like me.
Well, think about it. You know, when it's cold, you know, you take your hoses, you fold them up, you put things over your faucets and all that. And if you're not used to the cold, doing none of that, you're causing damages to your all your stuff, and you're just not used to it. You know, I remember living in Fresno. You know, when you have a big freeze over, your crop, your oranges gets ruined. I mean, it's
Huh.
cold is not good.
Yeah, it's not good
That's
for.
what happened back in the late 70s when Orlando got that snow, like, and you know they're a citrus. They have citrus farms all over, and a lot of crops are lost because of that frost of that little quarter-inch of snow they got that year and shut the whole city down. But yeah,
we have big fans out here in the valley that are in the orange fields. They used to use smudge pots. It's just a big pipe you fill up with diesel and light it on fire, and it burns all night long. Yeah, they don't let them do that no more. So now they got these big fans. It looks like one of those wind turbines that you see that collects and makes energy. It looks like an energy turbine, big propeller, except they turn them on, and it's just like a big, huge fan. They're that size, and they're spread out through some of the orange fields. And when they turn those on, it blows the air around, and it keeps them from freezing. That's how they keep the oranges from freezing here.
Wow.
like a salamander on steroids. One of those salamander heaters they look like little jet engines.
I don't think they have any heat coming out of these things. They're just big props, just big fans. It's like an airplane prop.
Just to keep the air moving.
And when they turn them on, it sounds like a fleet of airplanes are flying at you. It's loud. It's a big hum. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the zombies. I'm just waiting for people to come back to life.
Yeah.
Lynn's still trying. Let's bring her back in.
What's up, Lynn?
Zombie apocalypse.
Yes. But I'm prepared.
Hi, I did something with my audio. I don't know if it's better or not.
What is that? Oh, that's that 4-week food supply.
This was actually sent to me. The first time my channel ever got a gift from a company. This company sent this to me. I got 2 boxes of this.
That's awesome, man.
Buying for it.
Wow, ready hour.
That's pretty cool.
I would take that thing. I would take it hunting.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So, first time
I'm living off that shit now.
Hey, Enzo, how's it going, man?
So I'm ready. I'm ready for the end of the world. Like, come on. I got the food. I got some weapons.
Enzo says they're calling for 6 to 9 inches of snow in his area of Kansas tomorrow. Kansas is getting 9 inches of snow. Man.
Yeah, we still got about 10 inches left of what we got last time it dumped on us. It's not melting away.
But you didn't get hit hard a couple days ago?
Last week is when we got that, what was it? Almost 17 inches, I think it was. Something like that. And it hasn't really snowed hard since, but it's just not going away. Like, it's not warming up enough to melt the snow away. So we still have what we got last week.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been anything added to it lately, though. We've had a few flurries since then, but nothing major.
That's
which
cool.
is unusual because our area usually from November till end of February, we'll get constant, like at least twice a week, we'll get a good snow, 3 or 4 inches each time.
Yeah.
It hasn't been there lately. Like we get dumped down big once, and it just kind of stays around for a while, which is weird.
Good morning, Bree.
Good morning.
Yeah, Michigan is kind of the same way. The last few years, probably last 5 or 6 years, we've just been getting like 1 or 2 major snowstorms. It hits us real hard for, a couple times. And then after that, maybe an inch or 2 here, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, see, people make fun of Seattle when we get hit with snow. Everybody's like, oh, they're crying about the snow in Seattle. The thing is, the city is not equipped for snow. They don't have all this equipment for snow, and I live on a dead end road, so they might if they do plow the road, it'd be like 2 blocks down where they plow the main parts. They don't plow dead end roads and all that. For me to get onto that road, I mean, it's a challenge. I mean, it's
well, right now there's no plow truck drivers.
That's true too.
They're telling people in my area, we don't care if you have a CDL or a chauffeur's license. We don't care. Just if you know how to drive a truck and you're willing to do it, we'll put you in a truck. So it's like,
I would do it.
Getting pretty desperate out there.
Yeah.
Yikes.
When they start saying that for school bus drivers, clear path.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we don't care what problem you got. If you can drive a school bus, get your ass down here.
Right.
Well, do you guys ever see what the price of a CDL license costs if you want to get trained? It's over
Mm-mm.
$5,000.
What?
Really?
It's over $5,000. I mean, so it's not like anybody could go down and get a CDL license, and then of course you have to do the testing, the DOT like physical testing you got to do every year, and the price you got to pay for CDL. So it's not
Yeah.
a cheap thing. You know, it's expensive.
Isn't there different classes of CDLs or
There's
something
like
like
CDL-A, CDL-B, and CDL-C. There's like 3 levels of CDL. But usually, if you're going to go to class, you'd rather get the ultimate than it's good for every other class. So you don't have to keep going.
We have Class A here, and then we just have endorsements. Like I have a Class A with hazmat and doubles, and
That's
all
it.
that
You want to
shit.
get endorsements. You want to get,
Yeah.
but if you get endorsements, you got to work for that company, and of course they'll take it out of your check. Or if you quit that job soon, you got to pay them back. So you're
I
paying
did it in
somehow.
order. I also had a Class B at one time, so I have a Class A, a Class B, a Class C, and an M1. I have every
Damn.
license that DMV offers.
Damn, son.
Because I have
Want
the
to be a plow
passenger
truck driver?
also.
I don't even have
I really
Class B
could.
driver license anymore.
The hazmat is what was hard to get, and now they said like once it's gone, you try to get it back.
Doctor Who.
It's really hard now.
Doctor
That's
Who.
Doctor
Don't
That's
panic.
funny.
Who is that, Vim Jim?
That guy on my picture there, that's a guy in, he's a Spanish guy, and he lives near a volcano, and he runs around with his camera making pictures of this volcano, right? And he looks quite panicked in this picture. So
Yeah, he does.
For
my
sure.
slogan is "Don't panic." Don't panic. What do we do? Don't panic. It's only
Don't panic.
no global warming. Don't panic.
That's funny.
COVID's over. Don't panic.
Yeah, don't panic.
He won't.
And then that guy's
I had-
faces.
I had the COVID. I had the Omicron. You know, the Omicron, I had it. And I got better in 4 days. I beat it in 4 days. And then I was out shoveling snow and having a great time. No problem.
Wow.
At all. Easy fight. And I'm an old guy. I'm 72. I got some lung problems, and I beat the crap out of that COVID shit.
Good
And
job,
It doesn't
dude.
mess with me. COVID
You
doesn't
got
mess
good
with
luck.
me, man.
Yeah, good
No
job.
way, man. Don't mess
I took
with
the
me.
goat out for a couple days.
It took me out for like 5 at least, maybe
That
more.
sucked.
And I still have a cough.
We knew it was serious too because we know how much you like streaming. So when we saw that you weren't streaming for 5 days, we're like, "Damn, this shit's serious."
That is true.
That's when you know
That is
it's
so
no
true.
joke.
I seen the clip that you sent Jamie, the one you let her show us. And yeah, her eyelashes were all half there and half
Falling off. They all fell off. It was awful. I know. I was just like dying. Dying.
Yeah, I was feeling bad for you. I was
I
like,
never
oh,
want
no.
that again.
Poor
Yeah, you were
Bree.
like a totally different
Never.
person.
Yeah, it was rough.
Barely a person.
Enzo, I have my smell is coming back a little bit, but it's still not 100% there.
That
is fine.
sucks.
That could be a good thing, though.
Yeah, I really it doesn't bother me.
One Love the Jug. What's that, Sonny?
One Love Sweet Tea.
Ooh, I've never seen that before.
Wow. Straight out the
That's
jug.
That's some hood sweet tea from the chicken joint.
Some hood sweet tea.
Yeah.
There you go.
Damn, you're selling it pretty hard. That sounds pretty good, actually.
It's really good.
Bree says, "I miss the days." Oh, Bree, I miss the days.
Did you miss the
What
days
days?
of not being able to smell?
Oh, maybe
Is that
being
it?
able to smell.
Oh,
I know somebody that hasn't been able to smell for like a year. He can taste.
damn.
3 years for me.
3.
It's like, is it ever
What?
coming back?
Sonny, I learned
Allergies.
something new every day with you.
Allergies, man. Yeah, but I shouldn't. Sometimes it comes back for like an hour or two. I'll be like, It smells-
How weird.
yeah, and then but if they do anything to these trees, it's gone.
That's it.
That's
Come to Michigan.
going
We don't
on.
have no almond trees here.
Oh man, I told Deanna we need to move somewhere far away from these fucking trees. She said, "Where do you want to move?" And that's what I told her. Far away from these fucking trees. You just pick a place.
Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We're taking Chad with us.
It was cool here. People said, "Well, you didn't have allergies when you were younger," and I always tell them no. But I just figured out that I just started getting allergies like 6-7 years ago when they switched from grapevines out here. Everybody started pulling them out, and they all planted almonds. Like I don't think you guys can
Fuckers.
see across the street, but
I've looked-
Fuckers.
I've kind of creeped on you on Google Maps.
Did you?
Yeah. I'm like, well, I have his address to send him stuff through Amazon, so I might as well see what.
seen all
Yeah.
the trees. Yep.
Allergies you can develop anytime in life, but if you move to a new area or like you said, they built new trees and stuff, it takes your body about almost a year to realize it doesn't like the area that you're in.
Oh,
Right.
Your body's never built any immune to it, so it's always rough after
It
a
was-
year. People say, "How do my allergies come? I just moved here. I hadn't had for a whole year." It takes about a year to get developed to have allergies. It's weird.
That
About
sucks.
5 years ago when it really started, it was so bad that when I would drive by the almond orchards and they were in bloom,
yeah.
I would roll the windows up. Now I live in the middle of them. 120 acres of it. I live right in the center. It's horrible, man.
Oh,
He's pretty base in Benadryl and shit.
Benadryl.
Oh my
need to
god,
buy
I used to
stock
take
of
Benadryl every day.
I was gonna say,
I
Sonny would.
can't take if I take allergy medicine, it'll knock me right out, guys.
That's why I used to take it to
I'm not a
sleep at
good
night.
drug user. Tylenol PM, dude. I'm out for 2 days. Yeah.
Damn.
Bim Jim's over here having fun with the
I know
The
I'm
different
watching
Faces.
pictures.
faces.
Real me there.
Oh, that's
I
the
need
real
one of
you
those-
there?
I need one of those Bim Jim Coke and coffees. Bim Jim.
Yeah, dude.
Mm.
Coke and coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm using it right now.
I'll tell you,
My
if-
new USB microphone.
Yeah, I was gonna
Where do
ask
back
you
up?
if you could bring it closer to your face. It must be one of those like mine where you got to be real close to it.
Oh, it's right next to my mouth.
It is.
Yeah,
Turn his
how's my
mic
audio?
back
Not
up,
good?
Chad.
You
turned
know
it down
what?
too far.
Well, you know what it is, Sonny. I think is he probably
Your
when he plugged.
cooling fan.
Yeah, you're still using your internal microphone, Bim Jim. So you have to go into your microphone settings, and then hit audio, and then where it says microphone, you'll have a drop down menu, and you have to change the drop down menu from your internal microphone to the new one that you've got.
Yep.
Boomer, you can see the trucks out there when I was telling you about the dreams. You see how the red
Oh,
one
yeah.
there with the rear end under it? And now I got to take the front end apart on the blue one today. Gotta change
Fun
over the wheel
times.
bearing. Yeah,
So Bim-
that's what
Bim
I dreamt.
Jim-
I dreamt about
Okay.
that shit all night long, and then I woke up this morning. Now I got to go do it. So it's like I feel like I didn't even sleep. I feel like I have to do it twice.
Can you see
Yeah,
my
for
screen
sure.
right now with the settings on?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right,
How do you
so
like
yeah.
your Shure mic?
I love this mic. Does it sound good?
Yeah. Yeah.
I use
Mhm. I looked at getting it.
I use a Yeti.
I set my
I do
mic
too.
audio. My mic volume is up now. Am
Yeah,
I
you're up-
louder
you're-
now.
You're real loud, but we've got a lot of white noise coming from your microphone.
Oh,
So that's why, like, what we're hearing is your cooling fan because for some reason it's still selected on the internal microphone for the computer, I think.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Did you walk him through it? Could he figure that out where he goes to?
Yeah, Bim Jim, can you see my screen if I do this right here?
yeah. Okay. I see it.
Yeah, then you have to go into audio and change this to your new USB mic.
Yeah, if you only have one mic plugged in, it should only give you a couple of selections.
Let's see how bad this. Change it to this. How bad is that? Can you hear me? Is it
It's weird. It's weird.
That's like, yeah, that vibrates.
Yeah, so this is what's going on is he's got a different, so I'll just change it back to Shure. Boom, how you doing?
You were
Coming
loud.
at
Oh,
ya.
nice.
Did you go to your
Medium voice.
Logitech mic?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one works good. I've tried to prove a point before and switched off mine, and they were like, "Dude, you were way louder." Yeah, you were way loud.
Oh,
right
Bim
now,
Jim,
Chad.
that's beautiful. Whatever you
that
just
better?
did. Oh, 100% better.
Okay, I got the right button here.
100% better.
There you go.
Fantastic.
I don't have all those fancy mics.
Great.
My laptop mic is all I
Yeah.
Hey,
You're,
these mics, these mics right here, Boomer. This is like $35 from Amazon.
he's
You don't have
Nice.
to get a really expensive one. They work good if you, I guess, get lucky and they send you a good one, because I've had 3 of them. And yeah, this one's just the best one out of all.
The only problem I run into sometimes with my laptop, because the speakers and the mic are in such close proximity with each other, they'll end up being feedback on them.
Yeah.
So I have to be conscious, have my speakers turned down below 60% volume so that it doesn't come over to the mic that's right in front of the computer. And it's a bigger pain in the ass if I'm using OBS, because they have like their own volume settings as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, Spooky.
What's up?
You look
Hey,
good
Spooky.
today, man.
Hey,
I like that hat.
Yeah, I missed you, Spooky.
Good morning, y'all.
You look fresh.
Well,
Yeah,
well, guys,
funky fresh.
I got to jump off because I'm starting my show in 3 minutes.
Okay,
All right,
Gypsy
well,
Road.
nice.
Oh, yeah, it's
Go
almost.
over there and check it out right now, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, we'll head over there.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'm gonna go grab his link and stuff when he starts. And
Did you just share it? Or
what do
who?
you guys call it, Bree? Is it a butt raid? We might have to go.
Mm-hmm. Butt
Yeah, I'll have
raid.
to go butt rate him.
We'll have to go
Send all
butt
the
raid.
peaches.
But Bim Jim, yeah, your microphone's coming in great now, man.
Yeah, that's
Good.
awesome.
Good.
Your voice
You
even
didn't
sounds
turn
like a
off the
totally different
fans, did
person.
you? Because
Oh,
I can't hear
great.
the fans
Fantastic.
at all now.
Yeah.
No, I think it's because his It's just because his microphone was built in next to the fan, but now it's like
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
sounds awesome.
And then I didn't get
And
my Yeti. Liv was supposed to bring me a Yeti a week ago. I just figured that out. If she came to California and didn't come by here, I'm gonna be pissed. She's gonna be in trouble, dude. Yeah. I was gonna ask you, Bree, if that does it work good? It's the same as that. It's just red. She got a red one.
Yeah, I like my Yeti. I've
comes
always
in
used a
clear.
Yeti.
Yep. And then I see the little dials you have on the back of it.
Yeah, so the front has volume and mute, and then the back is the gain.
Oh, okay. That's kind of
Yeah.
what I need.
It's just super simple, but it works well.
I gotta have one I can turn up and down so I can drown out Papa Willie when he's here.
Oh, that's what's happening. Spooky, you're Spooky, you're the one that posted that link that you're listening to, right?
Oh yeah, man. I wanted you to hear it.
I was so confused for a second because I'm like, it says that I posted that. See how it says Chad Smith Podcast?
Dang, man. I'm still
Also-
learning, man.
I was so confused. I'm like, am I posting something? I don't know what I'm doing.
I need a StreamYard masterclass.
Yeah.
Lynn says, when Dave Scott did the 8-ball one night, I asked if someone was going to buy me a Chad Smith t-shirt, and he asked
It said yes.
and said yes. So Dave said that you were going to get me one and sign it. Oh.
I was thinking, holy shit, Dave did an 8-ball in one night. God
Different
damn.
8-ball.
Sonny, where's your mind at?
I mean,
was
that's
a little
doable, I
confused on that
guess.
one. But I
Bree.
do remember that. Lynn. The 8-ball did say you were gonna.
Whatever you got to
You
do to
can't
keep you
believe
up,
it.
you know.
You can't believe a coked up 8-ball.
Whatever you got to do to keep streaming.
Hey. Yeah, right.
Hey.
That's more like Vegas
Oh
party
my God,
materials.
Jamie.
I'm surrounded by
She's like, oh my God, I
eggplants.
see Bree. All right, guys. Hey, I put the link. We got 1 more minute. So I put the link in the chat. That's where we're all going to go. And make sure you butt raid the
Butt
chat over
raid.
there. Let them know
raid.
all where you came from.
He hasn't started yet, so I didn't drop his link.
Yeah, he's got, on the countdown, he's got, 1 more minute, I think it says.
Did you already drop his link?
Yeah, but I'll do it one more time right here too. Let's see. Boom. So that's Gypsy Road. We're gonna head over there after this. And this is a butt raid right here. Drop a bunch of peaches in the chat. So yeah, thanks everybody for coming out with us. Boomer, where can people find you? I posted besides your Twitter and your YouTube.
D-Live, I do my paranormal streams on Mondays and Fridays on D-Live. I can go get that.
Actually, I got it right here.
Okay.
I just put it in the chat.
Mondays and Fridays, I'm streaming on D-Live, 7 Eastern, and Wednesdays, I stream on YouTube at 6 Eastern.
All right, cool. And you guys can catch us back here on the Chad Smith Podcast on Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And with that, peace signs up. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Thanks for coming out.
Friday night.
Real.
Say that again?
You forgot about your other channel.
Oh, yeah, our other channel, Chop Shop. Friday, 9 p.m. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Bree. You got to remind them about Breeze. You got to say that one time.
I got to get a whole list going.
Finn Lizzie going to be with spaghetti today.
We have Mike Barra today.
Yeah, Finn Lizzie going to be with spaghetti at 4.
Mike Barra?
Ancient
Aliens?
Holy smokes, that's going to be a...
I was going to say, I think that's an Ancient Aliens guy, but...
That's
yeah, he's going to
badass.
be on butt stuff today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Butt stuff.
Butt
stuff.
Stuff and booty.
He's gonna show up in leather and whips and chains and shit. He's not. Did you guys explain to him what's going on?
I don't even think he knows what he's getting himself into.
My first time, I showed up in a G-string and a shirt that said, "Hey, loser, we're doing butt stuff."
Oh my god.
Whoa,
Now you know
Gypsy
what to wear,
Road's show
Chad.
just started in my ear. All right, we'll see you guys. Gypsy Road's live.
Okay.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me, guys.
Later, guys.
It sound right, boys.